Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. Yo vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money.
And the pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we've both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames, but they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says bitch I might be, says nuck if you buck, then says wipe me down. Kettle says yes my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says hell yes, but don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
All right. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? This is DJ Torch on the 1 and 2. Shout out to Mistress Newbie in the house, Cyber Dreams in the house, Why Seeking Knowledge in the house. We about to do this tonight. We are about to do this. There's a lot of exposing to do and a lot of educating to do. We got it all going on right here at the DJ Torch Network. I'd like to thank everyone for coming through. Welcome Feisty Black Tina in the house as well. Let's get this going. Here we go. A little bit of education right now. Here we go. Breaking it down for you.
When a narcissist realizes that you are fully onto them, there is not much left for them to do, as it no longer benefits them to play the nice card, and it is clear that you do not care enough in order for them to play the victim card. Basically, there is now no emotional connection that they can use to manipulate you, which means you are no longer useful to them. But it does not mean that they will now leave you alone. Because although they may not be able to manipulate you, they may be able to manipulate others around you in order to affect you on some level. The unfortunate truth is that many narcissists do not move on straight away to a next victim, and they also usually have multiple victims at the same time who they are trying to destroy. Narcissists are very vengeful and spiteful, so their list of victims is always growing, and it does affect them when they have lost out on a source of supply. So, whether you have gone no contact or you have set some firm boundaries and actively avoid the narcissist, or you may have even called them out on their manipulative ways, the narcissist knows when their emotional games have come to an end with someone, and there are only a few things left for them to do.
Listen close, everybody. This is good information. This is something that's going to happen in your life, whether it's a significant other or a person you just know or a person that's just a piece of crap. You will know that this re- is exactly how they behave. And this person is going to give you some information on how to avoid their stupidity.
So, today I have 3 different ways narcissists manage people who they can no longer manipulate or control. Depending on who you were to the narcissist, they may have done one or even all of the different things, but their reactions are based on the fact that you are viewed as a major threat to the narcissist. Because when someone is too strong or wise to the workings of the narcissist, it makes the narcissist very uncomfortable. Their fears and insecurities kick into overdrive, and they have to find a way to minimize those fears and insecurities once more. Therefore, one of the first things a narcissist would do when they realize you refuse to be manipulated is devalue you. This can take many forms. The narcissist may try to embarrass you or set you up for embarrassment. They will gossip, slander, or carry out full blown smear campaigns to devalue and discredit you as an individual.
I have seen this happen with not only just individuals, but in groups. There's a group right now, there's a channel right now where the gentleman himself um, basically says that Diddy is innocent and he blames all black women instead. Y- I kid you not. He ignores the age that these young ladies were assaulted. He ignores all the left and right punches and stompings on multiple women by the multiple women. Okay. He ignores all that and calls the women uh let's just say not very nice names, you know, basically the S word, which seems to be very common in the manosphere. Most of the men, they usually will resort to that if they have to. And it's really interesting to see the how low value and low moralistic value, I should be specific, a lot of, let's say, human beings on and off YouTube are. and you have to watch out for them. So that's why I'm playing this video, to give you some tips and information on how to do it. And of course, a huge narcissist is Diddy and pretty much anybody and most of his friends. So I'm going to keep it going. Here we go.
Their aim would be to isolate you and get others to turn their back on you. In the mind of the narcissist, if they cannot control you, then they refuse to let you just get away with it. And
right. And many of them are really, I mean, they are pathological liars to the utmost. So watch out for them. Diddy's one. Darius is one. I mean, basically any man under, it seems to be any man under Bad Boy Entertainment. It's just lying is just a part of what they do.
Mind of the narcissist, if they cannot control you, then they refuse to let you just get away with it and carry on with your life. This is why, if they can destroy any other existing relationships that you have, they will. So even though you have managed to secure your defenses and they're not able to affect you directly, there may still be others around you who are not as strong or as wise to their attacks, and the narcissist can use them against you. The whole purpose is to lower your likability and support. The narcissist wants you to fall out of favor with as many people as possible so that they will not believe you if you ever tried to warn them about the narcissist.
And this is the key, is that actions and pattern and history speak louder than just words. They surely do. Diddy had a pattern. Darius had a pattern. Diddy had actions that were in the pattern. So did Darius, right? But look for the patterns. When somebody speaks, look for the patterns.
The next thing the narcissist tends to do with those who they're not able to manipulate or control is become highly competitive. They may not be able to control you, but they can try to exceed you. The narcissist is on a mission to prove that they are still better than you in some way. As a result, they will be constantly comparing their lives with yours, hoping that you fall upon difficult times, because the narcissist will want to have that bigger house, flashier car, more attractive.
All right. Mic check 1, 2. All right. We're going to keep going here. Here we go. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Here we go. All right, everybody. Welcome, Ellen Ripley. Welcome, Cyber Dreams. Welcome, Why is Seeking Knowledge. Welcome, Feisty Black Tina. Welcome, Mistress Newbie. Welcome, Why is Seeking Knowledge. Let's keep this going. Here we go.
I don't do casual dates because I'm not really a casual person. A dinner party setup video that I posted and someone commented like, you just don't do things halfway. I was like, you know what? I want that to be my brand.
The idea of a woman sharing her time and energy with a man and him acting like, I don't know if that's worth the price of dinner. If you want a provider, He's the kind of man that doesn't mind providing a meal on a first date. He's not somebody who's worried about being used. Sometimes it's not about the man and his means, it's about the man and his mentality. The kind of men that are like, I only do drinks dates and I only do coffee dates. That's fine. Don't do them with me. Don't compromise on what you want because this one dude won't do it. Because what one man won't, another man will. One of the best pieces of advice that my mother ever gave me is what you compromise to get, you must compromise to keep. So when you start off doing coffee dates and drinks dates, knowing you don't like that, knowing that's not what you want, you're going to have to keep compromising. And once he's talked you down off your standard, he knows your standards don't really need much. So he's going to keep testing those boundaries. I don't kiss on the first date, but you went out with me and you say you don't do coffee dates, and here we are at Starbucks. Like, he's going to keep testing those boundaries. He's going to
Yeah, that is true.
keep you lowering your standards till you barely recognize who you are because you're so busy trying to impress him. If he's worried about the cost of buying a woman a meal on a date, he can't afford to date. He's trying to date on a budget. He can get in 5 or 6 coffee dates for the price of a decent dinner. So that's what he's trying to do. It's not your job to make his dating more affordable for him. I'm not saying go out to eat and order 48 oysters as an appetizer. Nobody's saying that. But what I am
Actually, those oysters were pretty cheap. They were just $15 a plate. I keep telling the fellas, if you want to go out on a date with a woman who is substantial, who's used to going out to at least lunch dates where they spend $100 to $200 on just lunch, expect to be able to handle the same. I mean, no, you're not going to get a high-end woman at a low-end price. I mean, Black women have been giving these dudes discounts on quality for a long time to their detriment. A good example would probably be, let's say, Shirley Strawberry. She's a high-quality woman. Unfortunately, she met up with a low-quality man, and tell me where that worked out for him. So let's keep this going. Let's keep it rolling now. Here we go.
am saying is, girl, get what you want. They chase, we choose. We're not lowering our standards so that somebody's dusty son can meet them.
I don't do casual dates because I'm not really a casual.
You know what I'll say about this? I'll say I think that things are a little bit different now than they were back in the days. And I'll say this, right? It really depends on what your threshold is for getting to know a person before you go out. So nowadays we have online dating. And with online dating, you're coming into contact with a lot of different people. And to be quite honest, I honestly don't want to sit down to dinner with every single person. I honestly don't. Well, I'm not really much of a go out to dinner type of person anyway. I like to do something a little more active, a little more fun. I like.
I'm gonna buzz right there. That's a good point. I mean, the thing is that if somebody is complaining about money, if a guy is complaining about money, that's just not a good sign. I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna be all mean. No, that's just not. I'm gonna be mean. Yes, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. It's a yeah. Let's keep this going. I want to show you something. This next segment right here is going to be my abort black male babies, but who segment. Here we go.
This girl was pregnant and she was cool as hell. She told me, I ain't gonna keep it. You could just take me to the clinic and drop me off and pick me up when it's over. True story, you know, and niggas,
He said true story, right? Doesn't he give advice to red pill men? Doesn't he give advice to red pill men? Can I play this over again? I'm gonna play this over again. Here we go. Listen.
Girl was pregnant and she was cool as hell. She told me, I ain't gonna keep it.
Okay, that girl was pregnant and she's cool as hell. Listen again.
This girl was pregnant and she was cool as hell. She told me, I ain't.
Why was she cool as hell?
This girl was pregnant and she was cool as hell. She told me, I ain't gonna keep it. You could just take me to the clinic and drop me off and pick me up when it's over. True.
So what he found that made her cool as hell was that she was pregnant and she was not going to keep it. But then we think about the men in the manosphere who love this man, by the way. They love this man right here. This dude, they love him. Okay? They love him, right? And remember now, it says true story. So he's saying it's a true story. So a lot of comedians, they will use reality in their jokes. In fact, it's quite often. That's where they get their material from. So basically what he's saying is it was cool that she was going to go ahead and get an abortion. But then the men in the manosphere, they want to use that game. They want to use that, oh, well, you know, Cynthia G said abort black male babies. Well, he sounds like to me this dude right here is down for it, right? Your hero is down for it. Your hero right here is down for it. Listen to him.
This girl was pregnant and she was cool as hell. She told me, I ain't gonna keep it. You could just take me to the clinic and drop me off and pick me up when it's over. True story.
That's your hero, fellas. So next time somebody brings up abort black male babies, just remember that it's black males that want the black male babies aborted the most. They are the most, they at least, at the very least, black men are endorsing at least half of those babies. Don't believe me? You don't believe me? Have you heard Blueface? He made it clear he didn't want his kid. He made it clear. He made it clear. So don't come at me or even if Cynthia G comes back, don't come at Cynthia with that bullshit about, oh, you said don't boy black thing, because that's what you guys want. Those cancellations, I'm going to call it cancellations to make it politically correct, right? Those cancellations were endorsed by a lot of black men. Really, I have to admit, she probably dodged a bullet, because the way this guy, the moralistic value of this man right here is not really where it's at anyway. Let's listen to a little bit more of what he says.
Story, you know, and you know how that shit be. We don't want to sit in the clinic with their ass anyway, goddamn. It's fucked up when you at the clinic because you see people you know and shit, you know?
Yep. Like to introduce to in the chat, we have Indiana Mom, New Diamond, Act Natural Under Pressure. We have Miss RV, Spicy Black Tina. Let's keep it going.
Hey, what's up, man? Right here, nigga. But she was cool, so I guess it was over, so she called me to pick her up. I go pick her up. Here's where the shit got fucked up. She get in the car talking. I got my, you know, my 50 Cent CD bumping it, you know, my gun go off. This bitch talking shit. Like, I don't feel like hearing all that murder and shit.
Listen close. Listen to his insensitivity after somebody just stopped him from having to pay child support at her own emotional, her own emotional expense. Here we go.
I was like, you the only killer in the car. That's just entertainment, mother. You just came from the hitman off.
That's what you call a complete lack of empathy. A complete lack of empathy right there. That's where it's at. Yeah. And New Diamond says black men are aborting their own babies. Yeah, pretty much. And if they have to, they will abort the mother as well. If they have to. Some of them will do it, especially if they're already married. We've gone over these stories every Sunday. These horrific stories, I should say. Welcome, Majestic. Majestic 88 is in the house. Welcome, Minerva. Minerva's World is in the house. Welcome. These men don't like, most of these men don't like children. They have children and they don't like them. Listen, I need to play this clip all the way through just so you see what's up.
This girl was pregnant and she was cool as hell. She told me, I ain't gonna keep it. You could just take me to the clinic and drop me off and pick me up when it's over. True story. You know, and niggas, you know how that shit be. We don't want to sit in the clinic with their ass anyway, goddamn. It's fucked up when you at the clinic because you see.
Now remember, he missed out the part where he made her pregnant. He didn't have to. It's notice how he's taking no accountability or responsibility at all. I understand this is a joke and everything like that, but the fact of the matter is, this is how he tells jokes about his real life. True story, right?
Well, you know, and shit, you know. Hey, what's up, man? Right here, nigga. But she was cool, so I guess it was over. So she called me to pick her up. I go pick her up. Here's where the shit got fucked up. She get in the car talking. I got my, you know, my 50 Cent CD bumping it. You know, my gun go off. This bitch talking shit. Like, I don't feel like hearing all that murder and shit. I was like, you the only killer in the car. That's just entertainment, mother.
Yep. Listen to that.
You just came from the hitman office.
Yeah. Oh, now it's a hitman's office that he endorsed. Where's that leadership then? Where was the leadership that kept her from getting pregnant in the first place? He could give a F. He could give a F. And that, unfortunately, this is the problem The problem that black men have with women is a problem that black men, we made ourselves. You're probably going to be wondering why I'm playing, Tyler dancing, but I'll tell you in a minute. Okay. I'll tell you why. I'm going to put it there because the music might come through and who knows what the music will do. And I don't want to have to do editing. So anyway, this is the deal. That's Tyler. Tyler is dancing at Chris Brown's show. This is one of the reasons this is one of the problems we have in the black community. One of the problems in the black community is this. Why in the hell are women supporting a man that has a legacy of abuse against women? I don't know, promotion maybe, right? To make things better. I mean, to be more famous. This dude, does she know that if this dude got mad at her, there's a very good chance he'll damage her? Mr. Snoopy, you are absolutely correct. It's the same gentleman. It's the same guy. Well, gentleman is putting it nicely, really. But yeah. Dude is the same dude who said that men stop dealing with them when the men stop dealing with the mama, they give no F about the kids, which is another reason that makes let's say that the ladies who know what they're talking about, okay, whether you agree with everything they say or not, you're gonna have to give some heed that basically Cynthia G and the Queen Maker, they make very, 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 very good points. You might not be on board with everything they say, but that's not the point. The point is, okay, the point is a lot of what they say is accurate. the point is why have, and I'm thinking about this objectively because as you see, I am a man. But objectively, from one entity to another, why would you want to have a child by an entity that just doesn't care about you? It wouldn't make sense. So this is the point of this clip here. Okay, here's Tyler, basically, in my opinion, selling out black women, just like Nia Long did the same thing, in my opinion, as well. And this is how we got Diddy. Because they may have not done it in front of our eyes, but there had to be enough people, okay? There had to be enough people to sign off on bandit behavior to give Diddy a pass. Otherwise, he would be in jail. He would have not been Rockefeller Records. He was sleeping with kids all his life. He was beating on people all his life. So come on. People know now. Isn't it funny how it comes out now, how the chickens come home to roost now, but we don't want them to come home to roost. We want them chickens to come out early. Because look at the long list of abuse, the legacy of abuse. And these are supposed to be high value men. These are supposed to be high value men. Let's listen to this shit real quick. Hold on one second. Here we go. Listen real quick.
Tonight's program is going to be a flamethrower. You have been warned. Some people are going to take offense to what they hear here, but
you need to hear it. Listen. Someone is going to take offense. Listen close.
Then again, I would advise you to listen in its totality. And before tonight's program is finished, I can pretty much assure you that by the by, you will be fully convinced here, particularly speaking to the men tonight.
Interesting. Keep listening now. Keep listening. Keep listening. Here we go.
All the facts and all the information is out there at this point, and people may feel one way or another, but I don't want to talk about your feelings. I want to talk about reality.
Yeah, me too. Let's talk about reality. Let's get it going. Here we go.
And I want to ask a simple question here. Should men be condemning P. Diddy? Should men be condemning P. Diddy? And before you make the knee-jerk reaction of saying, why shall we? Sure should. You should be asking yourself, is that your decision? Or is that a decision that you've come to because you feel it was pressured and imposed on you by other people and you haven't taken into account the relevant facts? Jason, what are
relevant facts are this? Here's some relevant facts. Before he starts his he starts his what should I call it? Circle talk. As Cyber Dreams would call it. Relevant facts are he slept with multiple women under the legal age. He stomped and caused legal and criminal damage to multiple women over the time that we know. I mean, that we know of, okay? That we know of. We haven't counted probably all the incidents. Okay? So, those are facts. If he was a regular guy, he would be in prison right now. Regardless of race. But because society sees some type of value in him, they allow him, and I mean allow him, to cause and wreak havoc. let me play a little bit more of what this man is trying to tell you. Here we go.
The relevant facts.
Remember,
Folks,
I told you the relevant facts are this. He caused things that would put other men in prison and have. Men are in prison for doing half of what Diddy has done.
the relevant facts here, and we got to be brutally honest. The relevant facts here are that if men condemn Diddy, we are setting ourselves up. I want you to think about.
So basically what he's saying is this, is that the type of abuse that Diddy does, all of us do. That's what he's trying to sell. And I wouldn't say all. This is what I would say, though. I would say it's a lot, to the point where you could almost say all. The legacy of abuse. The legacy of abuse. That's the problem we have. That's, you want to solve, there's no gender war. There's a gender attack, basically. That's how I see it. That's how I've analyzed it. Out of all the information I have received from the Black manosphere for the last year, once an outsider looking in at this whole situation, that is my completion. That is my summary here. We as men in this manosphere are spreading a legacy of abuse. And we wonder why other cultures don't respect us. Other cultures see what we are doing to women. We could go up the value tree if we wanted to. Okay, we could. But it starts with not idolizing monsters like Diddy. Monsters like Diddy turn out to be like monsters we have in our Sunday show. The only difference, really, there's little to no difference between the monsters we have in those with their orange on and their stories of deletion and whatnot. Okay? I'd like to welcome Jenny. Why is Seeking Knowledge? Cyper Dreams in the house. Miss RV in the house. New Diamond in the house. Listen to him some more. Listen to him. This is a very popular guy right here. Men eat it up.
The aspect of how it is that this man found himself behind the 8 ball. How did he find himself there? Because the state of New York, the state.
Remember now, listen.
Passed a law that basically said that women, the overwhelming majority of folks, they knew what they were doing, that women could retroactively decide that if they regretted their hoe phase,
you hear that? He's talking about Welcome Creative Solutions. He's talking about women regretting their hoe phase, not realizing that most of these women were little girls when this guy started damaging them. Notice that. Notice the lack of empathy. Let's keep it going.
And if the man that they did it with, common practice, you want to sit up here and sport sex your way through life during your hoe phase, during your prime year.
That's what they think. That's what he thinks of Black women. He's trying to make abuse, assault, SA, many versions of that, by the way, okay. Because otherwise, there would be no reason for him to make this tape. He forgot all the lefts and rights and he forgot all the abuse. I would like to see him trade places with Cassie over the last years and see if he would say the same thing. Well, you know what they say. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather.
Years when you were young and nubile and your breasts set up all perky and you didn't have any stretch marks from all the bastard kids and you didn't have all the drug use, that you could retroactively say, you know what, I regret giving you my hoe phase. I should have given it to somebody else there. And
I think we heard enough, don't you? So when the manosphere, when the manosphere guy comes up to you and goes, why do you have such a bad time with us? This would be a pretty good tape to play back to him. This would be a pretty good tape right here. This is how they think. If you wondered why Black women don't really have a good feeling about men in the Black manosphere, play this tape back. I just came across it this morning. You know, just came across it. See, he's trying to make a woman who is able to make her decisions for herself the same as a young girl being exploited by multiple men. And here's the funny part of it all. He said nothing about the men being a gentleman or not. This whole thing is telling me this. He's one of them. He's a Diddy. Prove it, man. Prove it. You support a Diddy, you are a Diddy. This is support. Yeah, Jenny says, a hoe phase in a 10-year abusive relationship. The ninjas are dumb. Yeah. Yep. Yep. He's either being deceitful or he's really stupid, or both. Who knows? Let me move forward, though. I think I made my point with there. Here we go.
I mean, yo, Diddy, you gave me the ooshkash gooshwash. You gave me the ooshkash muaf, the smooshmash. Diddy. Yeah, son. I mean. No, man, look. I love Diddy, bro. Like, I'm a big Puffy fan, bro. And like the way he boss up, the way he the way he do things, bro. Ashkash kumash, diggity diggity dumash.
What in the hell is he talking about? Welcome, Mark Bavin. I got to get out my my Bandit book because I have no idea what the hell he just said.
Y'all, these Diddy allegations are getting more disturbing by the minute. And now rumors are flying around that Diddy did something to Orlando Brown that left him broken and traumatized. Now, Orlando has been...
I mean, the thing, and that's the funny thing is, notice how the guy, the hoe phase guy, right, didn't mention the men that this man damaged too. I guess the men were in their hoe phase too. All that, what do you call it? You know? Let me keep it going.
seemingly trying to expose the industry, especially the alleged club of male predators who are on the DL and who prey on young boys and men. But because of Orlando's long history
Yeah,
of
I guess Jason missed all that part too, right?
substance use and his unhinged behavior, no one really took him seriously. But now that Diddy is being accused of all kinds of vile things from ritual SA to trafficking, folks are saying Orlando has been trying to tell us about Diddy this whole time. So what really happened to Orlando Brown that made him like this? Was he really a victim of industry predators? Let's get into it.
So, you ever heard of Panda?
Damn. I think his brain is fried. Let's keep it going.
Like I was telling you, Panda. So you got Panda Panda is a secret code for a certain thing. And so when it comes down to that certain thing, it's so what it is you basically have a certain nerve in your rectum, and if you touch that nerve, you can turn a person into an animal. You can turn a person into whatever you want them to be if you.
What the hell?
Just hold them down.
Former Disney child star Orlando Brown is out here shedding light on the dark side of the music and movie industries, and he's spilling the tea on how Diddy is allegedly part of a much bigger club of DL predators in Hollywood. Now, before I go into what
DL predators, let's keep it going.
Orlando said about these predators and what Diddy allegedly did to him, I want to talk about this celebrity medium, Sloan Bella, who recently went viral after claiming that a lot of these industry men SA young boys as a way of harvesting their energy. And look, I know this may sound a little bit out there, but we really can't put anything past Hollywood at this point. So Sloan Bella claimed that Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, witnessed some type of disturbing rituals involving children at Diddy's parties, and she was allegedly planning to expose this in her book.
They are dumbing it down to the fact that they think that P. Diddy is on some kind of spree for removing people who speak about this because he's gay. That is not the issue. I want you to hear me. That's one thing, and he may have his own shame about that, and it may be culturally not right for him, whatever. Get in line in society. That is not what this is. It's not a book about him being gay. He may have had gay. There are gay people, but what we're talking about here is ritualistic sexual deviancy.
Wow, here we go. They're bringing it. She's breaking it down weird, huh?
Used to harness energy of a human being. We are being harnessed, not me, not you, but the people that he's dealing with. And she became privy to this.
Man, what in the heck's going the heck? Oh, I mean, what the world? This is crazy. Let me keep it going.
She witnessed this. We are talking about the ritualizing, aggression directed at young children, mainly male, in order to harness their energy.
Sloan Bella also mentioned Justin Bieber as someone who might have been a victim of these rituals. And as you probably know, a lot of disturbing rumors have been circulating lately about Diddy and Justin Bieber.
Hey, young brother, everything's good? Selling out arenas and everything?
Jenny B breaks it down like this. I thought it was common knowledge that Diddy has been a demon for decades. People have been waiting for him to be exposed for all these years. His interviews are suspect too, but now it's just on HOES. Yep. Let's keep it going. Indiana Mom breaks it down like this. I just want Black women to sit back and watch the carnage of Black men turning on each other. Yep, it's coming up. It's coming up. We can discuss and share info, but we don't need to argue with the dust any longer. Absolutely do not. I don't argue with the dust, so you shouldn't argue with the dust. Okay? If I'm not arguing with the dust, you shouldn't argue with the dust either. There's nothing you can do to change a zombie or bandit or whatever you want to call them, or lost soul if you want to be nice, since it's Sunday. There's nothing, you can't reason with them. They are beyond reasoning with. There's a reason why many of them are in prison right now. Okay? You have to ascertain the difference from a black man and a bandit. I will repeat it again. You need to ascertain the difference between a black man and a bandit. A black man is good, a bandit is bad. The problem is that most of the time, everybody mixes them in together. The best way to do this is to focus on pattern. You have to be unemotional about it. And I know it may bother you because you might see somebody who's attractive, right? And that's okay. You can be attracted to them, but you got to run a program. You got to run a scripting program on them that will let you know whether they are dangerous or not to you. And I can tell you this, there are good black men out there, right? But the problem is there's just as many, if not more, not so good black men, like Diddy. You got to vet, and then you got to vet again. You don't have to do what I say. You're going to do what you want to do because y'all grown. But I believe it makes sense that you need to vet, and then you need to vet again. First, you need to vet just to see if you're safe around the person. And then you need to vet again to see if they are the right person for you. I am telling you, there are plenty of Diddies out there. Plenty. Welcome, Alexander. Welcome, Mark Bavin. Welcome, Jenny B. Welcome, Cyber Dreams. Welcome, New Diamond. Welcome, Ellen Ripley. Plenty of RKellys. Plenty of Diddies. Plenty of Dariuses. Plenty of blue faces. I mean, who's left? I mean, what style of black man is left? Talk about 41 flavors. Shoot. By the end of the year, I guarantee you, the Queen Maker is going to be saying, you know something? I think I missed a couple. I think I got to go up to 41, 45, or 47, shades of men. Yep, TD Jakes is in the mix too. Oh my God. TD Jakes. And now, I mean, we are talking about men that would have been seen if we didn't know as the pillars of the community. Welcome, Henry Mars is in the house. They would have been seen as pillars. Let's keep going. I got a lot of tape here. Here we go.
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But
That's creepy. That's creepy already. A grown man trying to hang out with a kid. Male or female is that's not his. Male or female, that's weird.
you never really got my number, so okay.
Yeah.
Now, going back to Orlando Brown, he's really been through a lot in his life, like some serious personal issues that have had fans fearing for his well-being. But despite all that, Orlando recently started dropping truth bombs about all the messed up stuff he saw as a young actor. And while some people think he's not all there mentally and they're brushing off what he's saying, others think he might be playing it off and acting like he's not okay just to stay safe and not get taken out. But let me give you some context first. In the early 2000s, Orlando was one of the most popular faces on Disney. And from 2001 to 2007, he was juggling not one, but 3 Disney gigs at once.
Let me pause it right there. Jenny B breaks it down with this bit of knowledge. these men get into positions of power to victimize people. They'll get away with it as long as their communities let them. And that's what I'm saying, is that we need to stop. If we really want the community to improve, this BS about snitching and all that kind of stuff, that's what you're basically doing, is saying you're good with other people assaulting innocent people. That's not cool. Let's keep it going.
Proud Family, Fillmore, and That's So Raven. Born in 1987 in LA, Orlando was just 8 years old when he stepped into the acting game, hitting the screens in Major Payne alongside Damon Wayans. And once he hopped on the Disney train in the early 2000s, he blew up so quickly, snagging hearts left and right, especially with his role as Eddie Thomas in That's So Raven. That's So Raven was Disney's crown jewel, smashing records and making history as the first Disney series to hit that 100 episode mark. But once the cast started growing up, Disney pulled the plug in November 2007. And after that, Orlando switched gears, aiming for that music career. But as soon as he stepped away from Disney, it's like everything took a nosedive. That same year that So Raven went off the air, Orlando was arrested in Houston and caught a
Okay, so he switched from, I guess, doing Disney stuff to hip hop. And right after he did that, what happened? Nosedive.
Misdemeanor charge for carrying weed. He was released on bond shortly after that, but that was just the tip of the iceberg for his struggles. Orlando's music career never really took off, and he stayed caught up in legal messes. Around 2011, he was arrested again for DUI in Hollywood, and by this point, it was clear that Orlando was deep in it and dealing with some heavy substance problems. Less than 2 years later, Orlando was arrested for another DUI and sentenced to 180 days in jail. But it didn't stop there, and things just kept spiraling down. In July...
Okay, let me fast forward. I want to get past this part and get to the part that I want to know. Here we go.
Straight Outta Compton, and a side gig in the drama American Bad Boy with Cat Williams. He even showed up on The View in 2015 for a That's So Raven reunion, looking all good and positive.
Please welcome Annalisa Vanderpool and Orlando Brown.
Okay. That
And for a hot minute, it seemed like Orlando was on that comeback trail. But man, his career just couldn't bounce back. And you could...
Let's see, Orlando Brown. Let's check. Let me check and see if he's worth anything. Orlando Brown. Net worth. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh man. You guys see that? A net worth of $2,000. I thought it was like I was missing something, like maybe it's 200,000. That's just $2,000. Orlando Brown's net worth. That's, for somebody as talented as he was, I mean, that's, wow. That's all I can say. I mean, I tried to double check. It wasn't a typo. It's $2,000.
could tell that he was carrying some deep trauma. It was clear that he was battling some heavy stuff beyond just substance problems. But sadly, it seemed like nobody could give him the help he really needed. His family tried to stage an intervention and convinced him to check into rehab, but Orlando left the program after just 1 week. Not long after that, a disturbing video popped up showing Orlando strolling the streets barefoot, holding a box of wine, while some man was threatening to lay him out if he came near his house. Around this time, reports also emerged that Orlando was homeless and deep into his addiction. And it was also sad to watch, especially for those who only remember Orlando as Eddie on That's So Raven. So how did Orlando end up like this? Well, here's where we get to a more disturbing part of this whole story. So, over the past couple of years, Orlando has done several viral interviews, dropping bomb after bomb with some jaw dropping claims about alleged Hollywood sacrifices and high profile predators in the entertainment industry. When he
Here we go.
appeared on the Cam Capone News podcast last year, Orlando said the truth about the industry is even worse than most people think. And then he talked about how a lot of these celebs sacrifice their loved ones for fame.
It's a lot of things that will make you buckle, bro. They make you buckle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids and shit. A lot of stuff that happened.
But Orlando didn't stop there. A couple of months later, he appeared on Cam Capone News again, and he talked about the Balenciaga scandal and their controversial campaign with children, including the symbolism of panda bears and panda eyes.
You ever heard of panda? Like I was telling you, panda. So you got panda panda is a secret code for a certain thing. And so when it comes down to that certain thing, it's so what it is you basically have a certain nerve in your rectum, and if you touch that nerve, you can turn a person into an animal. You can turn a person into whatever you want them to be if you just hold them down. So pretty much when you see black eyes like Blueface and shit like that, he got beat up, but he didn't get beat up where you thought he got beat up. He got beat up somewhere else. Okay. And so
what?
The eyes come out and they call them panda eyes.
Now, during that first interview on Cam Capone, Orlando randomly brought up Diddy and said Diddy gave him that oosh-squash mosh.
Yo, Diddy, you gave me the oosh-squash goosh-wash. You gave me the oosh-squash muaf, the shmoosh-mash. Diddy. Yeah, son. You know what I mean? You gave me the oosh-squash muash. I love it, yo.
What the hell? Denny B says this. Kevin Hart added a lot of weird stuff to that happens in his stand-up, and people are not laughing, especially when he talks about, Pete's,
I love it. You gave me the oosh-squash muash.
And
that oosh-squash muash. You know what I'm talking about, Diddy?
What the hell did I just see? What the hell did I just see?
Now, the sad part is that back then, people laughed at this, and Orlando's comments were like a running joke about Diddy being on the DL for a long time. But in light of all these disturbing allegations about Diddy, folks are now looking at Orlando's comments differently, and they're speculating he was a victim of some horrifying things as a child actor. So, of course, when all this mess about Diddy hit the headlines last month, Cam Capone again invited Orlando on their channel, and they asked him about his viral comments on Diddy from last year, as well as 50 Cent's story about Diddy trying to take him shopping. Now, check out Orlando's reaction to this question.
all over the internet went completely viral was some things you had to say about Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
And there was also shortly after that, there was an old video that was kind of going viral, and it was 50 Cent, and where he says he was at a party with Diddy, and he was mad at Diddy because Diddy offered to take him shopping, and he felt like that was only something like you would do for a female.
He's a nice guy.
Mm.
He's a nice guy. What does it take to go shopping? What an idiot for turning him down.
Oh man, this guy is gone. He is gone. I mean, he really, if I was him, but I'm not, thank God, he should check himself in. Let's just put it that way.
So you're not turning Diddy down if he wants to take Shopping.
We going shopping, bro. We going shopping. But at the party, I'm gonna be in my corner with my little shot of Ciroc, and you have your fun, bro. I'm chilling. I'm chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I deserve to be there. Shit. But other than that, I'm cool, bro. Y'all have y'all fun, man. Y'all chilling. I'm knowing what's going on. Y'all chill. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool, bro.
You're cool on that.
Oh man, look. I love Diddy, bro. Like, I'm a big Puffy fan, bro, and like the way he boss up on it, the way he son, the way he do things, bro. Ashkash kumash, diggity diggity dumash.
Y'all, I don't know about you, but there's nothing funny about what Orlando was saying. And I'm not the only one who feels this way. One fan commented on Orlando's interview, "You can tell Orlando was abused by Diddy. That laughter is really pain. I feel bad for him." And another one wrote, "I feel bad for Orlando. Man has to watch what he says about Diddy. Diddy 100% did something to him. You can tell by his body expression on both interview videos." But let me know how you feel about.
Let me pause that. That was crazy. Let me drop the link. I'm going to drop the link right about now, and I'm going to wait for a minute to see if anybody wants to come up to the stage. Link drop. Boom. While we're waiting for folks to come up, I think I'm going to kick a beat. Let me kick one of my favorite beats. Turn that up to there. And wait. This one. Here we go. All right. So if you want to come up to the channel, to the panel, feel free to go up. Here we go. All right.
Is that
I
accurate?
love what Diddy's saying. He's absolutely right. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's irritating to see her keep busting shots at me and not paying homage, and then you're going to bust shots at me. That's really irritating, yeah.
Diddy finds himself ensnared in a legal entanglement that is keeping him grounded, with Lil' Kim recently stepping forward to address the situation. Allegedly, Lil' Kim...
Actually, let me move forward. Let's get back into, we have some more things to dig into with Tyler Perry. Let's do that first. We might come back over to Diddy, but I think we're Diddy'd out for the minute for right now. Let's kick into, we were going through Walter yesterday, and I think we need to go through Walter again, but before we hit that up, check this one out.
Good afternoon, Facebook.
Wait, that's Walter right there. We don't want him right now. We want, where is it at? It's supposed to be yeah, let's go with this.
Saying some pretty.
Okay, check this out.
He can hire a plane right now.
Thank you, Act Natural. Shout out to New Diamond. She actually laid down that jam. She did it.
Zoom it to South Africa. Land on the roof of the hotel where she's staying. Okay. Pay people off the front desk. Give me the key and let me up in her room. Like, I'm already paranoid as a person. But to know that somebody can actually swoop down on me in the middle of nothing would scare the bejesus out of me. I think this was a grand overture from Puffy. I don't believe he really wants her back. I believe he probably treated her at some particular point like a possession. Like a possession.
Y'all, so Diddy done did it now. He made Miss Wendy Williams extra mad, and she is coming out from her hiatus to expose some behind-the-scenes secrets of Diddy that we have never heard before. Wendy and Diddy have been beefing for more than 30 years now, so it's finally time for her to get her lick back and spill some insane tea on Diddy. And y'all won't believe the receipts that she's bringing about how Diddy is worse off than we ever thought. Man, to put...
All right. Let me go here. Get past the intro. Let's go right here. I don't know why this is taking so long to load.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive Channel. The actor, writer, and singer Christian Keys broke his silence and spoke about his Me Too experience in the industry. And he revealed that a very powerful and wealthy man harassed him and also essayed him. And he said that he's been dealing with this for the past 15 years. Now, some of you all may recognize Christian Keys from his film work that he does specifically in Black entertainment. He starred in movies like Note to Self, The Preacher's Son, and Black Coffee. You might even recognize him from Saints and Sinners. He has a very long resume. He also has a show on BET called All the Queen's Men, which is under Tyler Perry Studios. And he also has been on other Tyler Perry projects, including the play Medea Goes to Jail. Now, recently, Christian Keys broke his silence on how he was being treated in the industry, and he is actually threatening to go to the police.
I was the one that was sexually harassed for years, bullied, intimidated, and sexually harassed for years. And I'm going to be painted as the villain because y'all have deified this person. And some of the people that you think are your mentors are literally and figuratively just trying to fuck you. It's in my fucking bone marrow, and I'm tired of this person gallivanting around doing these PR stunts. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do that. Well, then speak on, if you gonna have, I've kept one of these on me since 05. Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone. Once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off.
What? Let me rewind.
No, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I've spoken with my attorney trying to figure out how to deal with it. It's never been about money. I literally intentionally let the statute of limitations pass. It's not about money or being able to sue. But at some point, really soon, the police report is going to be filed, and I'll turn over the recordings of the inappropriate behaviors and the inappropriate offers. And I'll turn over the paperwork for the car that was bought as an apology for offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. And y'all can hear him. His voice is very distinctive.
So Christian described several different incidents. He described the time that this powerful man came to his apartment, and Christian thought this man was going to offer him a role, but he actually wanted to see Christian strip.
He showed up to my apartment and offered me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I declined because, again, scenic route. I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. But being that I wasn't working with him and we were in my apartment, he had visited my apartment to offer me a job of this fall because the lead of this particular project was going to do something else. So he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him. And I had told him over and over, And he still always tried shit. Just tried shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I have always kept something on me. I can press play and you can hear the person and you'll know immediately who the person is that's offering me $100,000 to strip. You'll know right away and it'll break your heart. He said, I don't have to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I'm like, what the what? Like, you know, I'm not into that. I don't fuck around like that. I don't do that. What the fuck? What? Leave. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get out. I thought you were my brother and my friend. This person was a brother type figure, a mentor type figure. But for you to continuously throw these opportunities, you know good and damn well all it ever was you pretending to be a mentor trying to get some ass. You got a guy that's a billionaire and I got $3,000 in my bank account. Who they gonna believe? I was broke as fuck. But I tell you, I would have loved that $100,000. I wasn't finna sell my soul.
So I want you all to kind of pick up on the clues. He's saying that the man who pressed him is a billionaire. We don't know who Christian is talking about because he did not put a name on it. But a lot of people are bringing up Tyler Perry because Tyler is a billionaire. And he is somebody that we know for a fact Christian has worked with. He's worked with him on different projects. Not only that, he does have a very distinctive speaking voice.
And how many black billionaires in Hollywood are there? If you could name more than just Tyler Perry, please let me know.
When you hear his voice, you automatically know it's Tyler Perry. What was also interesting was when Christian said, no, I didn't watch his documentary. Now, if you don't know, Tyler Perry does have a documentary out called Maxine's Baby.
And no, I didn't see that documentary.
So once again, people are putting the 2 and 2 together and they feel like, okay, Christian might be talking about Mr. Perry. However, we can't say for a fact that he is because he didn't say any names, but he's putting the hints out there. And clearly he's talking about somebody who's wealthy and also well known. And what's interesting is he did end up booking a play with Tyler Perry called Madea Goes to Jail, but he had trouble finding work after the fact. And it kind of makes you wonder why.
And I'm known.
Let me pause it right there. New Diamond, welcome to the stage. How you doing tonight?
I'm all right. I had a long night last night.
Hey, as long as it's good, that's what counts, right?
Yeah, I was invited to a holiday party. And so I went. That was a bad thing that happened, but I won't talk about that. But that's being handled. One thing I can say is Black people, I'm telling you, if they'll steal the paint off the wall.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
They'll steal the paint off the wall. No, there was they had put together some gifts for us ladies, some cosmetics and stuff, and it was given from a celebrity. So and the party was held at Dave and Buster's, and so they gave us also what you call them, cards to go play the games or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we went to go play the games, a lot of us, and we're leaving. That people wasn't staying throughout the whole time, of course, but. And when you go to parties, people leave at different times, And so we stayed to the end, almost the end, really we did, my group. We come back to the room and a lot of the ladies' bags were stolen.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of the bags were stolen. Yeah, so, but yeah, yes to the comment.
Not a hood holiday party. Oh, no, yeah.
That's right. So, but with this, I want to go back to Miss RV's comment that said that it's hard for men. Yeah. And it's sad that not only is it hard for males to come out about abuse, but they're laughed at if they do again. Look at what happened to Terry Crews.
Yep, that's
And
true.
Claudia Jordan was talking. I saw a clip, but I lost it. I was going to send it to you, but Claudia Jordan was coming out talking about that too. What Miss RV is talking about how it's already hard. We talk about real straight men.
Right.
It's hard for them to come out and say another man, what I'm saying, has done something to them because they are going to be laughed and mocked at. And so it's very hard. And so, what you got to say about that?
Yeah, I could see that being a problem because men are supposed to be able to take care of themselves. That's the theory. But circumstantially, or if somebody has some sort of leverage on them, in this case, let's say it may or may not be true, but you know, oh, excuse me, a billionaire or somebody who has enough leverage to make you do things. Yeah, this could definitely affect how someone will
Yeah.
feel.
And I asked the question in somebody's chat. I just put it down there. I said, it's amazing to me how these men, they never approach openly gay men.
No,
They approach, yeah.
it's almost like they're looking for a conquest along with the sexual pleasure. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, yeah. That's the power. That's them taking power and control. Of course, that's narcissistic behavior.
Exactly.
And yeah, because there's plenty, God knows, there's plenty of gay men out here, what I'm saying, that they could engage with, but they want to hide under the straight heterosexual hard category, and then because they have money and power, then they can abuse. They have abused, both
Right.
genders. But I think that, in my opinion, this is my opinion, that when they abuse women, it's out of hate towards women. And when it's out of men, it's out of control and it's also out of their own homosexual desires.
Exactly. It seems like to me it's like all these broken there's nothing wrong with being gay whatsoever, but it seems like a lot of these men are broken, okay, and to the point where they see sex they just see things in a twisted way to the point where they want to take things, they don't want to earn anything, if you know what I mean. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. Well, I personally have talked to men who will who will say they're what the society label as straight heterosexual, and then they'll talk about some man that they're involved with, you know, and,
Like, huh?
and then
What?
they'll say, well, I mean, I love women mostly, I love women mostly, what I'm saying? And also, there's a word that was floating around called heteroflexibility. I remember when someone said that to me. He said, I'm heteroflexible, and I said, what? what, what is that? And I looked it up. Basically, it means DL, down low. Hetero
Yep.
flexible. It means you're gonna switch hit. That's what it means. You're gonna switch.
So I guess what it sounds like to me is like there's a lot of straight men out there who are making up different terms to try to rebrand, being bi. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, it is. Anything that makes them, not feel gay. You know what I'm saying? They will come up, and that's fine. You can say you're bisexual. Why won't you just say that?
Right.
All these extra terms you're coming up with, and then be honest with the woman you're with. There are many women out here who actually are okay with bisexual men. There are some women who are bisexual themselves. You know what I'm saying? So you can be open, but again, it's about manipulation, power, control, and also about like Miss Ellen said the other day, it's about them wanting to appeal to their homeboys. You know what I'm saying? They want to look hard. What gets me about is that's why I'm telling you, I know what I know. Okay, they sit
Right.
around, they all act like they're thugs and hardcore and then pound and pound, 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 pound. You know what I'm saying? And then they meet up at the locker room or somebody's house, you know, and bumping each other, all of them.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay. And there's an app that's out, and I know this because one of my gay friends told me about it. I didn't even know it existed because I, you know, all these damn apps. But this is an app where men can go on. It make no difference, straight or pretending straight, or you know, gay or whatever. And let's say, and they want a quickie, they can look on the app and see where somebody is that they're interested in. What they look at their phone, and he can say, "Well, I'm making up something, the BP gas station, you know, bathroom," and then they'll meet up wherever that meetup is, whatever they decide, and then get a quickie. And a lot of these are married in relationships, or you know, it's a whole app for that.
Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Anyway, let me play a little bit more of this. In fact, let me move. Yeah, let me play a little bit more.
At a national level from doing multiple stage plays and still couldn't book anything, TV and film. And it's discouraging and frustrating, but it's part of the journey.
He also brought up another incident where he was at a party at this man's house. He was at this event, I believe, and he was drinking some Hennessy and he got drunk. And this man tried to take advantage of him while he was under the influence.
You get a grown ass man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bent, so I'm after a big party. Won't say what type, won't say where. I'm asleep. I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like what the fuck? Get ready to leave.
Oh, he must be an alcoholic, because why would you do that? I mean, why would you go 5 Hennessy's deep? So that's what an alcoholic addiction would do for you, is it'll compromise your position. But you know, that's just shows how creepy whoever it is. We won't say who it is for real, not yet. But that's how creepy people can be.
If he apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis.
What the hell? Damn.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis. He tries to shake and grab your equipment. And you spaz even more. Like, what the fuck you doing, man? What the fuck? Oh, my bad. So you go to leave, he tries to do it again. You are not allowed to touch somebody without their permission. Not allowed to try to touch them in a sexual or private place without their permission. And if they've already declared, like, hey, bruh, I get that that's your thing, but I like black women and Hennessy. And so miss me with the bullshit, because I'm never going to be open to that. chill, and then this person still tries to grab you, physically grab you, that is the legal definition of sexual assault.
This is crazy. And this story is actually similar to what happened to Terry Crews. Terry said he was groped by a powerful agent who used to work for WME. And Terry actually reported him to the LAPD, but the DA threw out the case, which really shows how corrupt the justice system is. It shows how people in powerful positions with money are able to silence the victims and pay the police off. It's really sick. This is why a lot of victims don't come forth, especially people in the entertainment industry. And also, they have to deal with the fear of getting blackballed. And this is kind of what Christian Keys had fears of. And he did say that he regretted not speaking up sooner because this has been going on far too long. And this powerful man allegedly has been doing this to other men in the industry.
I regret not speaking up then, not being brave enough to, and I regret not hurting this person. Because between that year and now, how many young Black actors have fell for that?
Damn, that is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is happening right before our eyes. And be honest with you, I always knew something was wrong with both of them, all of them, you know. But, Black people just, I don't know. you know, of course, you could say it's propaganda, and they put these people in place. I was listening to Voodoo Doll, yeah, and she was just talking about that a lot of these people put in place, they're planted there for a reason. They're given power for a reason. And I'm talking about the Black actors and actresses and politicians and all them. They're put there to be controlled.
That's crazy. Let me play this track right here. Who is Tyler Perry? Let's go back.
Good afternoon, family members.
Okay, what you're seeing right here is Walter Lee Hampton. He's a proud gay person, and he knows, I wouldn't say quite well, but moderately well, Tyler Perry. So let's hear about his excerpts and his experiences with Tyler Perry. Here we go.
YouTube subscribers and Facebook friends. A friend of mine has repeatedly asked me to do a video about my relationship with Tyler Perry. So after I thought about it for a while, I decided, well, he's a public figure. He can, I know him very well. We were friends, but let's talk about our relationship. Well, first off, I met Tyler Perry through a very close friend of mine named Eric. And Eric was building a home in the Midtown area in the mid-90s, late 90s, when his good friend Tyler Perry was introduced to me. Tyler Perry was just starting to work on his plays and productions, just getting everything out the ground. And I would see Tyler Perry over at Eric's house, and we would talk and chat, and became kind of, buddies to a degree. I really didn't know Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry really didn't know me. I knew he was somewhat sort of religious, based upon stuff that Eric would say. So I really didn't. We were in two different worlds. I was working construction at the time. Tyler was doing his plays, and at that time, I really didn't have any interest in his plays. I'd seen one of them, and I was like, "This is not for me." It just wasn't something I was interested in. At the same time, Tyler Perry's plays began to do extremely well. And he toured with a lot of my personal friends who were in his plays. Tyler had a huge amount of support from the Black gay community because, well, he was Black and gay. So most of my friends stood by Tyler
So let me pause it right there. So I mean, he's just saying it in passing, right? It's not like he's trying to make an announcement out of it. It's just, and it's so funny because everybody would probably act shocked. Let's keep it going.
Perry helped him with his plays. I would say 85 to 90% of the guys that supported Tyler Perry when he first started were all Black gay men, either working on his productions or friends of his that were in the Black gay community. Now, Tyler toured with these people. They toured all over, the Chitlin circuits, South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi. This is where his plays really took root, and he got a following of people in the South. So you had a lot of people who supported his plays, would hear about it through word of mouth and go see the play. And let's admit it, the plays were pretty hilarious. They were funny.
Okay, so here we go.
Although they weren't really my type of plays, I did find them to be very funny, what I saw on DVD. So there were a lot of bootleg DVDs floating around.
New Diamond, real quick. Does he seem believable to you? He seems like he's not, lying or nothing. No, no weird eye movement or anything like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he seems pretty. He seems like it's hard for him to be saying what he's saying. Like he's doing it just because, like he said, he had to think about it. He had to think about it, and it seems like because he's so close to Tyler that he's like, hesitating. Like he doesn't want to do it, but he feels like he's like obligated, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Because if you have a best friend, you know what I'm saying, that's crooked, and like what do should it's you between what they say, a rock and a hard place, and so that's what it seemed like. He's genuine about it, like he don't want to, but he has to.
Exactly.
His plays, even at that point, and I watched them from time to time. So Tyler and I became a little bit closer, but not too much closer. Come here, Vegas, so I can beat you. You interrupted my Tyler Perry take. Get over here. Anyway, I'm gonna kill this damn dog. Then he jumps up on the couch. You a bad dog today, Tyler. You be in bed today. Come here. Anyway, Tyler Perry's plays took off, and Tyler began to success was great for Tyler because he began, doing things like going out to restaurants, inviting people to come with him. And I would occasionally go out to eat with Tyler and Eric and them and hang out with them. I was kind of a distance person because this was a group of guys that were very kind of flamboyant, loud. They weren't my type of friends. They were just people.
They were ghetto. I guess he's trying to say,
that they were gay, they were loud, they were out there. And Tyler was right there snapping his fingers and doing all this type of behavior. And it just wasn't my cup of tea. And I was not comfortable being in a restaurant around these loud, gay, homosexual men. Now, I'm Black and gay and proud myself. But my God, the behavior that would take place with this particular group of guys, friends of Tyler's and Eric and them, it just wasn't something I could deal with on a regular basis. So occasionally I would go out to eat with them and we would talk about the plays and Tyler's success and, have great conversations. But one day in particular, we were at a restaurant called 10th and Myrtle, which was located at the corner of 10th and Piedmont in the Post apartment buildings complex that was just built, was practically brand new. And we met over there for dinner with Tyler and Eric and a bunch of other sissies, about 10, I would say somewhere between 8 to 10 guys. And we were sitting at this table and I just asked Tyler. Tyler made.
Kenny B says, not Medea was snapping in Z formation.
It clearly, he said, look, no one can know that I'm gay. And I'm thinking, What? Are you looking around? Did you see all these sissies you hanging around at this table? Nobody could know that you're gay and you sitting around all these damn sissies. I said, well, why? Why can people not know that you're gay? And he just told me, he said that if people find out he's gay, he's going to lose the support of the members of the black church members. Now, keep in mind, I had not been to Tyler Perry's plays. I'd only seen him on DVD. So I don't know who was going to see his plays. I assumed that they were just everyday African-American people. I did not know that he had such a huge church following. I'm not a church-going individual. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, so I don't know anything about the black America and the black church scene, not like Tyler knew. And Tyler knew enough about.
So everybody who does believe what Walter is saying and Tyler is, if you believe Tyler is actually gay, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 if the answer is no. I will wait for 1 moment.
And you should do a 3 too.
3 of maybe. Undecided. 3 for undecided, I guess. All right, I think we got our answer. Here we go.
The black church scene to tap into that market and design his plays to bring these people out and spend their money. So then Tyler made it clear to me while we were sitting there that this was his bread and butter, and that if they found out that he was gay, that they would in fact stop coming out to his plays.
But he has no problem telling women to date the light bill guy or marry the light bill guy. Okay.
We argued this for a minute. It was an intense argument because, I'm not a man who hides. I've never hid my sexuality from anyone. And I couldn't believe to hear him say that he had to hide his sexuality to make money, which is exactly what he said. If these people find out that I'm gay, they're not going to support my plays. I'm going to not make any money off of it. This is a money-making venture, and I understand. People do all kinds of stuff to make money. You go to work to get a paycheck. So his plays were designed for him to make money. Well, let's face it. The man has become extraordinarily wealthy off these plays. He's made a lot of money. But I have a problem with Tyler. Tyler, once he got his wealth and money and fame, I don't like the way Tyler turned his back on the black gay community. He went from being a loud member of the community out in the club at tracks, videotaping Sophia's comedy show on Monday nights where he stole all his material, to distancing
Damn, he did do that. Damn. Oh, he threw smoke on where he got his material from. So basically, this is what I'm getting. Really, Medea, he probably stole Medea from somebody else because he probably went to some show with somebody who was doing the character of Medea and said, that will work for me. And that's why Medea was so convincing. That's why he was convincing, because that was his wheelhouse. So that's why Medea became so popular. It's just weird how he's trying, it's just weird how he's still trying to play it off like he's straight.
Yeah, but when I had conversations with certain, people in my past about Tyler, I'm talking about in my past when he was, and you could, I knew, you know what I'm saying, but I would get that, it's just entertainment. It's just entertainment. And I said, no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you're being entertained, but for him, this is the joy of his life.
Oh man. I mean, the thing is that
I'm sorry. What I didn't like about it is me personally, the reason why I was offended, I was offended for Black women because every time they put these actors in these these, well, of course they, Black women roles, but they're twisted, ugly wigs, ugly makeup, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
don't wear even, yeah, they don't, but women, Black women support it. So like I said, when I would talk to Black women, they'll say, oh, it's just entertainment. Oh no, he has a girl, he has, it was always an excuse. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Self from Black gay men. As if telling people he was not gay, which is fine. Go ahead and tell, which I knew was a lie. But to distance yourself from the Black gay community and not come back and support the people who got you started, to take your money and success and run away from the Black gay community and forget that these men even existed who got you started in this. I just don't understand how so many of us are able to walk away from supporting our communities. Is Tyler still gay? What do you think? I don't think his sexuality has changed at all. I know he's still gay. But to not support the Black gay community, there were things that Tyler could have done that would have been extraordinary to help the Black gay cause. He knew that there were tons of stuff that he could have done. But he took his millions of dollars and beat it and got on about his business. And that is essentially my problem with Tyler. And see, some people may not understand that.
Wasn't Tyler homeless at one point?
Yeah, in his car.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's
That's
like,
where that's where he wrote the plays. He said in his car.
damn.
And he stole his idea from a drag queen on Piedmont. So he stole it. So he stole the idea from a drag queen, and then portrayed a old Black woman, but in a very I'm sorry. Some of the things were okay, but his plays and his movies are very misogynistic. It always paints Black women in a bad light. Somehow, it paints in a bad, like the Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I couldn't stand that.
yeah, I think really what happened is that Black viewers had so many few movies that any Black movie, even if it was demeaning, it was a breath of fresh air because it's better than nothing kind of thing, which is sad.
And then they had to throw the Becky agenda in that movie.
Right.
It's what
Yep.
So I've never liked. Like I said, his movies. And if I ever saw him in person, I don't give a fuck who he is. I would let him have it, because not only did he disrespect heterosexual Black women, he also insulted the gay community at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about our community that puts up with so many insults and abuse. It's crazy. It's like there's a point where you got to go, okay, I know this guy's famous, but he's also full of crap. And so that's why I think that's why I don't think the Black community will ever improve anytime soon, because these are the Tyler Perrys, the Diddy's, the believe it or not, now they're starting to talk about Jay-Z's. I mean, they're all
TD Jakes.
Yep, TD Jakes. I mean, they're obviously just not good. These are not meant to build your community on. If you do build
It's
a
a build
community on,
themselves.
yeah. I mean, you see what happens and that's the problem, is that people are looking up to these guys like, wow, look, they're getting over and blah, 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 blah. And there's just something when something is built on a lack of morality, it just never works out. And that's what's happening with us right now. That's why we got to go ahead, make sure they're guilty of all this stuff. But after that, we got to say, look, this is not how we do it in the Black community, and start to rebuild ourselves. But I know I'm making a very, 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 very complicated thing sound very simple, but that's where, that's where we have to end up. Otherwise, it's going to be messed up. I have no problem with, look, it's like this. I think if Tyler Perry was around, I would see, was around and he needed speaking to. I go, look, bro, Luther had no problem, okay, in his career. Everybody still loves him. You can be whatever you really are, okay, and still be successful. And the problem with Tyler, it seems to be that I have with Tyler is like he's willing to just destroy other people and be creepy as well, because what he did to the other guy was creepy as hell, okay? And it's like he's willing to be immoral. And it's like, and then at the same time, people are looking up at him like he's a role model. It's really kind of weird. It's like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, more men should be like Tyler Perry and all this kind of shit. And like, hell no. I mean, if this guy seems, really, quite honestly, I'm not surprised, but I am shocked. The only reason why is because I've never really seen an earnest testimony of anybody telling me, yes, this is the way this guy is. And they're not saying it to either badmouth him or downplay him, but just like, yeah, this is how he grew up. This is who he is, if you know what I mean. He's not trying to throw smoke on him. He's just kind of like, it seems like this gentleman here, Walter, seems to have that vibe of like, I'm a little bit confused and befuddled that he's acting like this because he was one of the boys or one of the girls or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, and I think it's kind of weird. I mean, quite honestly, if I was him, I would just he should just come out. He just should just come out.
But you know what? I knowing how Black women are, is that he still would have got the same support. You know what I'm saying? He could have came out as a parody, or if he didn't want to say drag queen, he could have just said parody, whatever. And he could have came out with it and still been open with himself, and he still would have got support. I believe he still would have, because Black women, not all Black women are anti-gay. You know what I'm saying? So, he still would have gotten support.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is that just think, this is what I see it. For every Black woman that didn't want to support him, there would be somebody else that would support him. That's usually what's going to happen.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's how I see it. So I don't know why. But hey, I mean,
exactly.
Believe it or not, half of Hollywood's gay. I don't see what his problem is. I mean, really, when you think about it, half of freaking Hollywood's gay.
Exactly. For real, exactly. Well, the thing about it is, remember, he started off in the South, so he had to build up. His he didn't go from like it. Remember, he's homeless in the car, number one, in California. So he had to build up in the South, and that's fine. Once again, I do believe that it still would have been a success if he was open with it, because his plays were funny according to the people. You know what I'm saying? That supported it. So so I don't think that would have been a problem. And because it's not like he's going to a gay club doing a drag show. He's actually doing a production. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't. Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, it makes no sense. So I would like, if that's the only question I would want to ask him, is why do you want to hide your gayness? Because, dude, you're gay. You're trying to touch on Christian Keys or whatever. You know what I mean? And you're gay. It's okay.
Yeah,
but I just want to know why you want to do all this. I mean, the thing is this, especially if he's all touching on Christian Keys, and I don't know how long ago that was, but it probably wasn't so long ago that like it's something that should be swept under the rug. It's like, dude, look, you're trying to touch on men.
Yeah.
So
who
I
don't want
mean,
to be
right.
touched on by you.
So now he's a gay creep. I mean,
exactly.
well,
Undercover gay creep.
yeah. Now, if you turn now, like exactly, and then if you try to reach my channel tomorrow and it's gone, you know what happened. But anyway, I call it like I gotta call it. I gotta call it. I mean, if
yes,
I will put this disclaimer in. If what Christian Keys was saying is true, and it is him, then he is a creep. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
I mean,
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. We will wait. You know, for the tea to turn to coffee, whatever you want to say. But for the point, if from what the information I was given today in the videos I have looked over, if these men are being honest, Walter and Christian, if they're being honest, my only conclusion would be to call, you know, the well-respected Tyler Perry a gay creep. There's nothing else I can call him. He's not a creep because he's not a creep because he's gay. He's a creep because he tried to touch on a man that did not want him to be touched on. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
exactly. And I'm inclined to believe him too, because again, like I just said, it's hard for men to even come out and admit that another man touched them, you know? And, you know, so most men are not going to be so quick to come out, not black men especially. You know what I'm saying? You know, are not going to be, they're just something that black men already have it hard processing their emotions and communicating. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so this is even harder. I mean, so that's why I'm more inclined to believe it too. Because most time black men are coming out to defend black men's behavior against,
exactly.
you know, yeah. So
exactly. Shout out to A Lady. Thank you, A Lady, for the $10 super chat. Just like the Africans that sold us into slavery, the black kangs. A Lady, I'm gonna change that to an A. The black kangs that hold wealth today in African Caribbean nations and the super rich American blacks are still selling us out. Bars, absolute bars.
yeah, exactly. For
And
real. Did you get that? I'm sorry.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you if you had got that other video I sent to you. Now it was about now that's a whole different subject, but it ties into kind of what she was saying. You were talking earlier about, you know, the black men and poverty and homeless or whatever. And so there's a report that's out. I sent you the email like a few minutes ago, talking about the ratio of black male homelessness, and Chicago has the most.
Man, yeah, I see the email now. 37 black men represent 13% of the population, but 37% of the homeless population.
Yes.
But we're the kangs. Look. I was a coach before. There's a time when you're a coach, you have to be realistic with your teammates, right? And me being team black male, it's like, fellas, I have to be real with you. We ain't doing too good right now. I think we might want to improve our skills here a little bit. You know, we need to up our productivity here. You know, we're catching too many L's. Going 2 and 14, you know, isn't exactly what I call a winning year. And what's happening is that the black manosphere is telling these guys, "Oh, you guys are doing great," and we're not. You know. Doing better than who? That would be my question. That's going to be my better than who? Please let me know. You know, they have to point to some other country or something. You know, ain't better here.
The more stats that come out, the more they deny it. You know what I'm saying? You know, stats are just coming left and right, left and right. You know, in fact, Cynthia G did a thing one time that showed that black men collectively owe the government, I think it was negative 50 billion, million or billion
Billion.
in
No,
debt
with
to
a
the
B. With a
economy.
B. Yeah, 50
Okay,
billion is nuts.
billion.
50 billion. 50 billion, that's a lot of money. Yeah. And the thing and the thing is like, well, other than that being a lot of money, and it's funny, and they get mad that the government is paying 50 billion on black men, right? But
Mm-hmm.
but they're willing to spend I think it was 5 to 8 billion on black women and their businesses. And the reason why is
Yeah,
because black women haven't costed the government $50 billion. See, these people, these banks, they know they want to make money. They know who makes
exactly.
money. If black men
Yeah,
could make the money, they would give money to black men to make money. But we have a history, okay, of going broke. And they don't want us to go broke with their money. You see my
exactly.
point? They've seen
Exactly.
they had some bean counter out there somewhere who saw the black women, the successful black businesses that black women run, and noticed that when black women have the right kind of capital to start a business, they become successful. And what happens is that the banks make money, the businesses make money, and in turn, the society is a better place. But they don't see that happening with black men. And so, and what do we do? Many men are complaining about the black women getting this money, which is funny. It's just it's sad.
Exactly.
Like, look, she might hire you to do the work. Oh, that's right. You don't want to work. My bad. You know,
Exactly. Exactly.
otherwise, we would see it an opportunity. Well, I'll be like, well, okay, who knows? Maybe she might need another extra computer guy or something. If she gets the grant, shit, I've go get that money. See what happens, and then I'll throw my ring in the hat or whatever the saying is. But see, and that tells you how black men think about black women, because that should have been a win for everybody, for the community.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Community.
Exactly.
And we, instead of us going, oh wow, look, they're trying to give black women money and they don't want, the man doesn't want to give us, we should have been like, hey, if we get on if we can clean up our act a little bit, maybe they'll give us the same opportunity. Nope, we didn't do that.
No.
Nope.
They just sit around and complain. They complain. I know because I've heard it directly. From black men. I had a black man say, uh, he had a Becky, an ugly one, but that's usual. And 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 he was trying to talk about, because see, I'm always gonna I just love to just throw the snow in their face. I just do it on purpose, just to be, yes, whatever. I don't give a crap. But anyway, he says, well, I used to date black women, but see, y'all want y'all can't just be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all want to go get the white man's degree, and you want to get a house, and what?
What? So he wants to get a whole white woman, right? But then complains about the white man's degree. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's
exactly.
And the problem that the only problem he has is he probably didn't get the white man's degree himself, which he should have, but he didn't.
Exactly. And he moved into the white, woman's house. You know what I'm saying? So you got a problem with a black woman having a house, but this is a house. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like what? And they were in Vegas. They lived in Vegas. But yeah, but this is a pathology. Like, they want to see black women down and out and distraught. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And see other races of women lifted up. and it's like, and they're the only men on the planet that do that. And I'm not saying the other men races don't talk about their women, but it's the way they do it. They do
Right.
it in their own private sector. They're not all. Some of them are, you know what I'm saying, but it's not as contagious and contaminated as the manosphere in the black race that black men are the venom that black men have towards black women. It's
I mean,
not as bad.
I don't get it. I grew up in a very, very, let's say, non-liking black people place. I'm not going to try to say in the R word, but that word, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see the same characteristics in these black men that I see on, at least in the manosphere, right? I see the same characteristics in them that I see in these R people I used to live around. I see this. They're almost like I guess the word I would say is a negative of an art person. If you're talking in photography terms, if you know what I mean. When what I mean is
Mm-hmm.
that, the negative's the dark part. So, but it's identical, but the dark part of the photo. Now, if we want to be
Yes.
like, if we want to be, if we want to be politically correct, we could flip it the other way. The bottom line is that they do when they say the same thing. The target might be slightly different, even though
Mm-hmm.
many times it is themselves, right? Many times we discriminate against ourselves. I mean, to
Mm-hmm.
me, the ultimate discrimination is deleting your fellow man. That's the ultimate delete, and we do that better than anybody, unfortunately. So, I mean, if there's a way to show hate towards a person, it's to do that. Now, I understand there's the crime of passion and all that kind of crap, whatever you want to call it. But the bottom line is this, is that we have expressed that negative trait of the deletion word, right? Way too much. And so what I see is that by the stats, I see that we first hate ourselves and then we hate our partners. And until
Yeah.
we
And
get,
children.
until we get that worked out, dang, I'm like, ladies, run for the
and,
hills.
and, and children and
Right,
children.
right.
You know, I remember when this was a couple of months ago when I mean I was seeing it's every day, but it for a while it was in my algorithm, but now this puppy fluffy then took over in my algorithm. But this beautiful black lady had just went to a baby shower and was driving home, and she pulled up into the garage, her home garage, and when she lifted up to get the gifts, her husband unalived her.
Oh man. See,
Unalived
um,
her.
and that's something that it's something that is my duty. In fact, I have excellent producers. We usually do that on this Sunday, but we show examples of those unfortunate events happening, and it's very important because a lot of the collateral damage are children. And
Yeah.
and the thing is that these men don't want to go out and get emotional help, but they want you to feel sorry for them, or they want you to give them a fair shake. And it's like, wait a minute, you're not even willing to do the work on yourself. If you want
Exactly.
people to do the work, help you doing the work on you, you have to at least show that you're willing to do the work on yourself, that you need to improve. Because
Exactly. And I just don't get that. Like, how could you? I don't get that. Like, how could you? I just, stories like that always, I mean, like, what? What is psychologically wrong with you? And obviously, she didn't see it coming, or maybe she did. Sometimes women ignore signs, but, we would never know. But still, how? I mean, this woman was just happy, celebrating her baby coming, had a nice baby shower with her family and friends, and then she's driving home and she's gone by the hands of by the father of a child.
That is crazy. And calling him the father of the child is an understatement. But
Exactly.
you know, and I actually will let me go ahead and play this clip right here. I think this is an important point. You brought up an important point. Let me break it
South
down.
Africa is not a safe place for us young women. Women are getting killed every day and no justice is being given. On the
So if
12th
we
of
thought it's
May,
bad here, it's a little bit more bad here, but it's still bad. So here we go.
2017, two friends, Poppy and Bongeka, were headed for a night out in Soweto. They hailed a minibus taxi, but after that, they weren't heard from again.
Around the time, there's a lot of stories of girls getting killed in Soweto. Going there to identify them, I was very scared.
Poppy and Bongeka had been killed. Two taxi drivers were arrested, but they were later released.
It wasn't a shocker because it's something that we're used to in South Africa. I mean, who gets their justice?
Damn. That's painful. Oh, okay. I wish I could play more of that one, but that video is very popular. So let me play this one right here. Here we go.
In America, approximately 3 women are killed by a spouse, lover, or partner every day. In recent years, 53% of these women are Black. In fact,
the last video was by Vice, but this one is by Intellectual Quickies. This is very good. Listen closely. Here we go.
Black women are 4 times more likely than their white peers to be murdered by a lover and 7 times more likely to be killed when pregnant than white women. To make matters worse, 9 out of 10 murdered Black women were killed by a man they knew. This problem is multi-layered, and anyone ignoring these layers will hinder the fight to end domestic violence more than help it. Anyone claiming it's purely a leftover of slavery.
I'd say one thing, that sure throws that little Black men are protectors of Black women out the door. That sure throws that out. Because if that was the case, at the very least, we would be beating somebody, you know, in domestic violence shit, right? But that's not the case.
Right.
I mean, that's the problem, is that when you can't, how should I put it? When you don't have stats to sit on, there's the bottom line. The question to ask is, what do we have Black men as a group? And I asked this yesterday. That is an incentive over what other cultures of men offer. And it's not to say, oh yeah, you should go date outside for sure, or whatever, or this. This question is not posed to women. This question I pose to men is really what added feature do we have that is a positive feature or a positive metric in our community that we can give to Black women that no other culture can provide? I can't think of anything. There's nothing. There's nothing. No, I can't. I thought about it. I thought about it a long time. I said, you know something? I really can't think of a reason why, if a Black woman was working on her on complete logic, right? Why she would choose, just by default, choose Black men. Now, I say by default because what I mean is that if you find a good Black man and he's happened to be Black and he's what you're used to, you're in the money, but by default, what do we have to offer? Our metrics are not looking good. We're not offering.
No.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, what metrics? I mean, and I hate to repeat it for the 15 billionth time. I should just shut up, but I can't think about it. I go crazy thinking about it, because it's like, wow, you know, instead of these Black men saying, wow, you know, she won't give me a break or this or that, it's like, look, she has no reason to give you a break. There's
No,
nothing.
well, first of all, we're tired of hearing, Black women are tired of hearing, um, this, and I know you just said, this good man talk. You know what I'm saying? Half of them, no, excuse me, more than half, a majority of them don't even know what a good, hell, they don't even know what a man is. So to know what a good man is, they clearly don't know. And
Yeah.
then they love to. I know with me, when they talk, when I told you, I was telling Miss, who was it, Miss Brina, I think it was. That sometimes when I have the time, I love to challenge dust buckets in conversations. I get a thrill out of making them look stupid at the end. Because like I said, I had one last night. By the time, and he just kept trying to revert it to women. So he just kept trying to blame women, and I kept reverting back to patriarchy and Black men issues, and the root. I said, for everything the result of what we see, you go to the root cause. So what is the root cause of everything that you're talking about? Because he was telling me that we as women need to fix y'all. That's what he was basically telling me in our conversations.
Yeah.
Well, y'all got the power. Y'all need to, y'all need to fix us. Y'all the ones that, open up your legs. You're the one. I mean, they're constantly, and this is why Cynthia G said to Black women, they're telling you to close your legs. Why aren't y'all listening?
Right. Right. And they get mad. They get mad when Cynthia G tells them to close their legs, but then they turn around and say, "Oh yeah, 304s." That just shows you. That just shows you a large amount of us. We have no. What is the word I'm looking for? Direction. I mean, why are we going to literally contradict ourselves in two different breaths? But we do that. Kevin Samuels did it all the time. It's like, oh, you women are just too loose. And next thing he knows, he's bragging about, oh, yeah, I got a rotation of 6 women. It's like, oh, okay.
Exactly. 1 minute they want virgins. The next minute, they want 304s. I mean, it's just, it's no winning with them.
Exactly. Let me read some of these comments because they're funny. I remember when I said, what do Black men have to offer that other cultures don't? And a lady goes, Black men can dance. Melanin. And I mean, because the thing is this is that how long can you dance for? After that, you need other things. You know what I mean? So then a lady then says this, seriously, shared struggle, which holds weight. A lady, you're right. It holds weight, but not if they use it against you, Yeah, and it does after the empathy, I think the shared struggle, there's the empathy part. But these Black men are just, I would say really quite honestly, if you went to Obsidian's channel, you went to MTR's channel, you went to Poor Man Podcast channel, you went to Gray Podcast, whatever he calls himself. If you go to any of these things and you listen to them, it's like, damn, where's the empathy? I don't hear shit. What did this? They sound worse than the white guys. I can go over to white guys and, a woman would go, I can go over to white guys and get better reception from them. That's what I see. I mean, that's what I objectively see from the clouds. I watch what these dudes say in their chats. And if you were to go to, let's say, white red pill, you would notice that the Black men have more vitriol for women and for Black women than Caucasian men do for white women or Black women. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but let me repeat it just in case it didn't make sense. I went and I studied both spheres, the manosphere white and the manosphere Black. Okay? What I noticed as it pertains to Black women, the Black manosphere has as much, if not a lot more, vitriol for Black women than Caucasian men do in the manosphere. So it gets, what Black men don't understand what we are doing by expressing this type of vitriol is we're literally taking ourselves out of the market. Because if Black women will wake up even more, then now Black men are toast, because there are more options. If Black women say, look, I'm really not into, X, Y, and Z. I prefer Black men, but damn, it's like, well, maybe I can go out there and get myself a Keanu Reeves or something. A Black woman could say that, or let me, and they probably could. Y'all probably could just go out there and get yourself a Keanu Reeves or somebody decent, because there's more. Not because I'm not saying that Caucasian men are not racist or biased or they're not misogynistic and all that kind of stuff. But generally what I'm saying is that Black men right now, at least from the representation of the Black manosphere, okay, are not giving you any better features. There's nothing, the character is not there. The morals is not there. The guys they support are like Diddy. They support Diddy's. These are the same men that support Diddy. They're the same ones that support Chris Brown. The same men that support Tyler Perry and others. It's just, these are the same men here. It's the same. That's why these men are doing so well. Why do you think these guys are doing so well? If these Black men were Caucasian men in the Caucasian community, at least 2 of the 3 would not be, they would be in prison or something else, because Caucasian people look at their reputation differently. We don't.
Yeah. And there's other races, there's other men than even Caucasian men. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole slew of men out here. And, I think that a lot of Black women are afraid of losing their, like culture, quote unquote, if they go outside of their race, and it's like Black men aren't saving. You know what I'm saying? They're and then I think I don't know, maybe they think they can find someone with, a big what, or something like that. And there's other races of men that got big whats too. And and got big pockets, get big bank accounts too.
Right. And here's the sad part is, if all you can do is lead with your meat, then you're in trouble already.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly. There was a white man last night walking around. Excuse me what I'm about to say, but he had a hat on, and he explained to me later, what it was. I went to after the party. I went to a karaoke bar, and anyway, the hat says "Black Coochie Matters."
Oh my God.
It was a white guy. He had a hat that said "Black Coochie Matters." And so the guy that I was with pointed it out to me, because I didn't even see it. And then I started laughing. So I approached the guy about it, and he explained that it was owned by a Black woman. And she is a friend of hers. She's a friend of his, excuse me. She's a friend of his. And she was asking him, would she help promote his business? And because he likes Black women, he said, yeah. So he said he got kicked out of a hotel for wearing it.
Oh my God, no. Oh man.
But he said, yeah, he said, I ain't looked it up yet, but I gotta look that up. But no, there are other races. And then we connected on Instagram, and the first thing he said to me in my inbox was, he says, "Oh, I got a crush on you." You know, there are other races of men who find black women attractive and who, but they don't think that black women want them. And
Right.
I also think that black women are concerned about, because you know, conversations with other races of men are a little bit different than with black men. I have to be honest. You
Right.
know, you
Let me,
know.
yeah, let me read a lady's thing. Message. It is on point. I cannot think of one white pimp whites support, but I can think of many black pimps that are leaders of black men. Bars. I I mean, it's like this. Hip hop was grown off of pimp culture. It's one and the same. All you have to do is play the music. They weren't kidding. They weren't kidding. Let me go ahead and drop a little bit more of this. Here we go.
Slavery is as lost as anyone claiming that black men are simply more violent than white men. The first layer is structural. Black people have been exposed to racial and gender oppression on an intergenerational level. And as mentioned before, these are things that have existed before violent hip hoppers and modern black people. On the racial front, there have been educational, employment, and economic inequalities at a systemic level that also taints everything, like having enough money to leave an abuser, having access to quality homeless shelters and jobs, to brazen corruption in law enforcement. Speaking of law enforcement, from a historical perspective, most black women have been reluctant to call the police on abusers, as police are corrupt, violent, and often ineffective in deterring intimate partner violence, with many being abusers in their own families as well. Data suggests that cops commit acts of domestic violence against spouses and children at up to 15 times that of the general population. The criminal justice system, tainted by racism and misogyny, makes speaking up against an abuser a dangerous gamble. Sometimes black women don't even have to actually kill their partners to be jailed, like in the case of Marissa Alexander. In 2010, just 9 days after giving birth, her abusive husband attacked her. She fired a warning shot with a gun she was registered to own and ended up being found guilty of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in Florida, a state known for its notorious stand your ground self-defense law. Her husband even testified in court that he had been abusive towards her and most of the women in his life to no avail. And what about violence, a structural issue throughout humanity's
Let me
existence?
stop that. Did she ever get out? I thought she got out faster than
Notorious stand your ground self-defense.
Okay.
Warning shot with a gun she is after giving birth. Her abusive husband attacked her, like in the case of Marissa Alexander.
Let me find out what's going on with Marissa and Alexander today. Man.
And that's what I'm talking about, you know, when it comes to unaliving their
Okay,
pregnant spouses.
yeah, she was jailed for 3 years. Let's bring her up because I think this is very important. Let me see here. This is. Let me put. Oh wait. Oh, let me get this out. Oh man, they are. Ooh, I just dodged a bullet. They are really rough. Some of these. How should I call it? Some of these these channels are very aggressive. Let me just put it that way. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
At the time of the George Zimmerman case, there was another case involving a woman by the name of Marissa Alexander. She was also using stand your ground as a defense. And I would like to clarify, eventually the George Zimmerman defense
Wait, let me pause this. I want to read Lay's message. Sinful the P was the actual pimp that got a 13-year-old pregnant, but all these people supported him. And when he died, people were crying. Exactly, Lay. It's crazy to me. It's like, how can you expect crime to get better in our community, which I believe everybody wants, right? When we're supporting the people that do it. That's the weird part.
Right.
not to use that as a defense. But Marissa Alexander had used a gun and fired it at the ceiling when she felt that her husband was a threat. Now, she was estranged from her husband. She had shown up to the home that they once shared to gather some of her belongings because she believed that he was not there at the time. However, when she showed up, they got into an altercation. He was yelling at her. He threatened her. And as a result, she ran to the garage to get into her car and leave. Then she realized that she couldn't get into her car because she didn't have keys. And since she felt threatened by him, she grabbed a gun and she shot at the ceiling. She did not injure him. She did not kill him. He is totally fine. However, she did stand trial for that. And the stand your ground defense in her case did not work. So she had to face some prison time as a result of that. And that case actually led to a mandatory 20-year prison sentence. And people were understandably outraged by this, especially since she had no prior criminal record. Now, the incredible part of the story, the update that I really want to bring to your attention is that she will get a new trial. However, they have said that they don't like the idea of her using stand your ground as a defense. So for some reason, people like to say that stand your ground was okay in cases like the George Zimmerman trial, but it's not okay when it comes to Marissa Alexander, a woman who has no criminal record, who didn't even kill anyone.
Right. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
The whole case itself makes no sense to me. And I've been trying to dig through and find exactly what the process is that means that she's not allowed or she's not recommended or they're not going to count the stand your ground defense for her case. Nobody died. Is it if she had killed her husband in this warning shot that she fired, if she killed him instead, would stand your ground have applied in her case? Because I don't really
Maybe that's it. They said, why didn't you kill him? We trying to get those. Trying to get these nignogs off the street. That's why we're giving you 20 years because you didn't. That's probably what they're thinking. That's probably what they're saying. We needed you to, to be an example on y'all got to clean up your own neighborhoods and stuff. So,
see any evidence about why this is a problem, why she would have been convicted for, and not been allowed to use the stand your ground. I don't understand this.
I do want to read a statement from the judge so you guys might possibly get a little bit of clarity on this. The judge says the following: we reject the contention that the trial court erred in declining to grant her immunity from prosecution under Florida's stand your ground law, but we remand for a new trial because the jury instructions on self-defense were erroneous.
But that doesn't even clarify, though, why she can't use stand your ground.
It doesn't
and
clarify.
I don't see anybody actually using that, And when we talk about the experience that she went through, about the altercation leading up to it, I mean, he dragged her by the neck. They'd had previous issues of domestic violence in the home. And when she came out and she brought the gun out in the garage, her husband said, "Bitch, I'll kill you." And for some reason, that is not considered having to stand your ground in self-defense when someone threatens to kill you.
That's a clear case where you feel that your safety is in danger. Your
life is in danger.
There's an imminent threat there. So I like the fact that she's going to get a new trial, but I don't like what we're hearing from the judge at this point. I would like a different judge to rule on this matter because I obviously he has some sort of bias if he's already stating that stand your ground doesn't apply to this case.
Well,
Jimmy?
I'll just make a couple of comments on this case. Is that the prosecutor in this case, same prosecutor in the George Zimmerman case.
True.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting, right? She's able to get this woman put away for 20 years. George Zimmerman, I can't do it. Couldn't pull it off. She didn't have the gift.
She's also the same prosecutor who made the statement that social media will be the destruction of society or something along
she
those
decided.
lines.
My next quote was going to be that exactly. She was, her name was Angela Corey.
Yes.
Right, and we all remember her. She's kind of a knucklehead. And we all remember how inappropriate her response was after losing the case. Remember, she was all smiles. She was all smiles. Remember that after losing the Zimmerman case? So she
didn't lose the Zimmerman case because she got the outcome she was looking for. Everybody else did. Black people lost the Zimmerman case. I'll say that much. But yeah, let me go back to here. So yeah. This is bad, though. This is all bad.
In 2010, just 9 days after giving birth, Her abusive husband attacked her. She fired a warning shot with a gun she was registered to own and ended up being found guilty of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in Florida, a state known for its notorious stand your ground self-defense law. Her husband even testified in court that he had been abusive towards her and most of the women in his life to no avail. And what about violence, a structural issue throughout humanity's existence? From public beatings of enslaved people at the whipping post to church-sanctioned child beatings, the structural violence of those who are molded to be subservient has been a recurring theme in our community. Black boys and girls often face unfathomable levels of physical and sexual violence and often don't have anyone to turn to for healing. For boys, the inequalities and violence converge with expectations of manhood in a patriarchal society, another structural issue, to often make men with a lack of resources and a lack of success in a white man's world more susceptible to the generic stereotypes Black men are socialized to embrace. And this is where we end.
That's the problem, though, is we embrace it. Just like a lady saying, nobody is forcing these young Black men to kneel down to pimps. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's doing that. So I mean, I understand that. I do understand the system of racism, but it's not like all the other cultures are, though we are the ones probably getting the most heat from it, or the biggest effect from it. Excuse me. It's only an effect. It's the thing is let's stop hurting each other first, and then maybe together we can work on that R word a little bit more. But if right now we're doing the most damage to each other, so why should anybody want to change in or outside of our culture?
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, I guess that's pretty much how I felt about that. Let me see what else I got here. Now we might as well dip into some Quavo and see what he's up to.
Okay, you guys. So when I say this week has been very eventful for Offset, that's an understatement. From him being accused on cheating with his wife with Krishan, to Cardi B coming out and announcing that they are getting a divorce, to him being linked up and accused of messing with London Perry, which he denied. Then Cardi B blasting him again on IG Live. I mean, going crazy on him.
And it's so crazy that I gotta go to the internet because whenever I tell you something, you don't take it seriously. And I'm so tired of it.
And on top of that, he was accused of leaving heart eyes under Nicki Minaj's picture on Instagram. Now, some people are saying it's Photoshop, but others believe that it's real. Now, mind you, all of this has happened within the past week. It seems to be never ending. So now he's being blasted by Quavo after he brought up Takeoff's name with this drama with Cardi B. Now, ever since Cardi B went on IG Live and ranted on about Offset, her
Yeah, I would call hip hop pimp hop. Lay says this: Sinful was an actual pimp that got a 13-year-old pregnant, and by the time she gave birth, she was 14 years old. He tried to deny that the child was his, but the state did the DNA test, and that's what I don't get. I mean, that's what I don't get about criminals. I mean, they really think they're going to get away with shit. But anyway, let me keep going. Did a DNA test while in jail. Anyway, I don't know what made him think that DNA test was going to come out anything different, or that he wasn't going to get a DNA test. Yeah, he died from herpes. I mean, that's it right there. You know what's funny to me? Is Sinful died around the same time Kevin died, right? And you would think like, okay, as a red pill dude, you would think the red pill dudes would go, I think God is sending me a message. Okay. One guy died with a hoe on top of him, and the other guy died from herpes. Like, maybe I should change my ways a little bit. Yeah, you see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Hoes and herpes.
Hoes
Yeah.
and herpes, you know? The double H, you know?
Hoes and herpes.
Yeah, straight up. You know,
Oh
I
goodness.
swear.
We gotta keep that one. That's the new slogan, y'all. You know,
Yeah,
hoes,
we
304s,
yeah,
and
and
herpes.
herpes. Yeah, might have to make a live stream on it. You know, all the famous guys who died in the name of hoes and herpes. You know, shoot. Anyway,
Oh,
Fans have been going extra hard behind her. Now, they have been even talking down about Takeoff, who is deceased behind all of this stuff with Offset. So Offset called himself checking Cardi B's fans behind them talking down about Takeoff. So he said, fans wishing death on Takeoff is crazy. Y'all little ass better chill. Then he said, correction, fans using Takeoff's name in the middle of all this isn't cool. I'm still grieving my brother and would like for his name to not be brought up. And they were going in on Takeoff. One person said, F you, F Takeoff, F your sister, and F Michael Jackson. Someone else said, Cardi better than
damn.
me. I would have been on live smoking Takeoff. But Quavo was not feeling Offset bringing up Takeoff's name. So he said, nephew ain't with the soap opera. Long live Rocket. Pray for y'all, though. Not him calling Cardi and Offset's situation a soap opera. But I don't think that was just for Offset. I think that was for everybody who's bringing up Takeoff's name in this
RKelly says his 304 preferences took him out as far as Kevin Samuels.
drama. But y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this in the comments. That's all I have for you, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, everybody. Man, y'all are good. I'm throwing the heat in the chat. I swear. I swear. Let's see if I got one more. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Wait, that's the Daily Show. That they bring the heat. Here, TD Jakes. TD Jakes. Shaking his cakes, you know.
Shaking his cakes. Mm-hmm.
My birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday!
Oh my God. What?
Child. Oh my God. Oh, look at her.
Mm-mm.
The Bible speaks faith, and you so-called modern church going fakers.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You look just like the sinner. You act just like the sinner.
That's right.
And you think just like the sinner.
That's right. That's right.
That's why you find TD Jakes hanging out with Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
You got nothing out, man.
Damn, they're going in on him. Let me.
I know. I love this podcast.
Yeah, Tough News TV. Here we go. I'm gonna go. Wait, fast forward. There we go. Here we go.
What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on this topic. And I just want to start off by saying that this is some explosive information in regards to the real nature of Diddy and TD Jakes' relationship. And I'm going to go ahead and be upfront with you guys. This is the cleanest version that I could give you all, because when I tell y'all that I have some potent information in regards to some of y'all's favorite bishop and how he be moving, it's just that shocking, to say the least.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, before we move along, I just want to say happy birthday to Kim Porter. Her birthday was on yesterday. Shout out to Kim Porter and everything that she stood for. And even though Kim is comfortably sleeping in peace, just know that you have people like me and others that's pounding the pavement to uncover what really went down and what happened to you. Kim Porter would have been 53 years young today, and obviously she was robbed from being able to celebrate this day and other birthdays to come. So what I want to do right here is just take the time to have a moment of silence for Kim Porter. Thank you guys for joining me in giving Kim Porter the moment that she deserves. Happy birthday, Kim Porter.
Happy birthday, Kim Porter.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday, Kim Porter.
Man, she was beautiful. Damn. Still is.
The fight continues. Now, speaking of Kim's birthday, Diddy decided to crawl out of his crevice and post something on Instagram to honor Kim Porter. And basically this
piece of shit
is what he said. He said, "We miss you so much, Kim. Happy birthday, beautiful. Love forever." And then he had the audacity to follow it up with a black heart emoji. Now, I understand that within my community, some people post black hearts as a symbol of black love. I get that. Don't get me wrong. But in this situation, I just find it highly disrespectful, because if he really loved her, dirt wouldn't be packed on top of her casket right now.
Bars.
And just like
bars.
The coward he is, he ran and turned the comment section off, right? Because I guess he knew people would be in the comments like, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? Especially when people feel that you have something to do with her passing. And, you know, with all the other lawsuits that have been filed against him and things like that, of course, people are going to come in the comments and check him about that. But one of my pet peeves when it comes to regular people and especially celebrities is that when you face scrutiny, you run and limit the comments, or you turn the comments completely off. And that really lets me know that you're a weak individual. See, I'm a strong believer in freedom of speech, and I don't care what people say about me. I'm going to leave my comment section on and I'm going to read them. I may not respond, but I'm going to read them. And so I don't understand why people shy away from people having an opinion about something. I will never, ever, never, ever turn off my comments, because
I like this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe me too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We got to get in that algorithm.
Because at the end of the day, I'm a man. But anyway, before we get into this electrifying email, I want to ask you guys to take the time to follow me on Instagram at Carolina Crush TV. Go ahead and head over there and give your boy a follow in case something happens here. Now, before we get started, I do want to play you guys a few clips of people exposing TD Jakes. And you have a woman that is sort of like that woman by the name of Sloan Bella, right? Sloan Bella, I believe she's a medium or a psychic or whatever the case may be, who does a fantastic job. But this particular woman is talking about TD Jakes. And I just want you to take the time to listen to what she has to say. And then after that, I'll be right back.
A lot of you know TD Jakes, but most of his teaching is unbiblical, and this is what he has to say about God.
God is my business partner, and my giving to him is his cut. And if I rip off his cut, why should he bless me? I start giving on that level so that God would owe me. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying? You can't handle that.
See, I want to stop it right there, because not only is that preaching complete blasphemy, it says in the Bible that people will have itching ears and will only preach a doctrine of men rather than God. It's time to wake up. A lot of y'all still sleeping, because a lot of these mega pastors, a lot of these mega churches only want your money. They don't want you to have a true relationship with God, because the Lord didn't say he's going to bless you with what you want. He will bless you with what you need, because it's not all about you. But TD Jakes, he said that God has to pour him out a blessing. He said there is no other way.
That God had to open up the windows of heaven and pour me out a blessing.
Lord have mercy on his soul. And then you hear everybody in the background just cheering and saying, oh yeah, it's because they have itching ears. They no longer crave sound doctrine. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up.
Judge them, but that's not all he said. God was speaking and saying that TD Jakes, that was the first time I understood the 24:14 prophecy. It's a Freemason, that this man has taken occultic vows and that he is part of a brotherhood, that he is serving Satan, who is his true Lord and Master, and therefore he is using his gifts and abilities to cloud the mind of people. Do you know what it is when you are in a ministry and someone is working in the dark arts? Someone has taken an oath to Satan. You're sitting there thinking your pastor has taken an oath to God. And as God, like God revealed in the problem in the African churches, you're sitting there and a man has taken an oath to an entity with breasts and a tail sitting under the sea on a throne, with a crown on her head, the queen of her coast and her little minor deities. Your pastor serves that thing and then stands before you.
All right, everybody. Indiana Mon says, DJ Torch, what is the name of that channel again? It is called Tough News TV.
Preaches a word of seduction to you, has taken the souls of the members in covenant and can hand them over at any time to pay his dues under the sea. I don't know much about Freemasonry. I just know that it's a thing that serves the devil.
Wait, what? Wait, hey, lady, what? Lay, yes, something crazy that like that. Yes, and his son-in-law was in jail for touching Jake's granddaughter. They are weird. Wow.
Especially at the highest level. And they're a tight brotherhood that is giving out no secrets. So that is, cornucopia is the second indictment, 2019. The third indictment, no more false prophets.
Okay, I get that part there. I don't want to play the whole thing because I want to get to the okay. Where did the freak party thing come in? That's what we're here for. Okay,
And
here
to
we
a
go.
lady, Christian, excuse me, Jakes is not a billionaire, so I don't think. And
Yeah.
so
Okay, here we go.
Will fall. The potter's house and everybody in it will fall.
All right, so you guys just heard that, and the more that I listen to her, she comes across as a prophet and things of that nature. So I don't know if the direct correlation to Sloan Bella is accurate here, but at the end of the day, she is saying that she's being shown these things through God. Now, I've heard some things about TD Jakes a long time ago. I can remember when he was in Atlanta for a conference about 10 or 11 years ago. And basically, there were some rumblings about him being intimate with men in the Atlanta area. And I also heard back in the days that TD was a part of a secret society. Now, when I was living in Atlanta, there was a pastor, and I'm not going to mention his name. His name is within this email that I'm about to read to you all, but I blocked a lot of the pastors' names out. And if I'm being truthful, I blocked all of their names out because I don't even want to take it there. But I can remember him actually saying that TD Jakes have been involved with a lot of men. But anyway, what I want to do right here is go ahead and get into this email. Now, before I present this information to you guys, I do want to let you know that all the information that I'm about to convey to you is all alleged. I have to protect the integrity of my platform, and I will do so by any means necessary. All right, so let's go ahead.
Okay, it's all alleged, y'all. It's all alleged. Here we go.
And dig into this email, and it says here, what's going on, my bro? I hope everything is copacetic. So I want to put you up on game on the real nature of Diddy and Bishop Jakes' relationship. But first, let's understand that Bishop Jakes is not of God. He is undoubtedly a Freemason, and so was Diddy. And I say he was because it seems as though he has been stripped of his protection, privileges, and power. But make no mistake about it, his soul is still spoken for by the devil. He will never be able to fend off or escape that harsh reality. Anyways, I'm told Diddy and Jakes masked the real nature of their relationship by both of them saying that their friendship was founded on the basis of TD being a mentor to Diddy. According to this person, who I blocked their name out because I have a relationship with them, Kim Porter said TD was accused of essaying a young man back in June of 1983, which was a year or so after he got married to his wife, and that could be how the incident was covered up at the time. It's been said that a man threatening to come forward to expose Jakes in 1999 had abruptly fell completely off the face of the earth. Pastor Blank says the guy was paid to keep quiet, and 2 years later, the man was found dead with a self-inflicted gunshot to the head. The guy's name was Blank. Do not disclose his name. I will tell you later why. I'm told the incident occurred at a church called Emmanuel Temple of Faith, located in Smithers, West Virginia. It's also been expressed to me that people from his hometown said that Jakes was always gay and secretly involved with men, and that he was groomed by an older pastor in the area. It's also been said that when Jakes attends Diddy's parties, he would drink enormous amounts of alcohol and smoke cigars in a private section of the home, and later on would be accompanied by young men. But just because Jakes was in a private section of the home that you need to have a code to gain access to this hidden room, it doesn't mean that the bishop wasn't under surveillance. Another fact to bring up is that the bishop's wife never attends any parties that Diddy throws in the confines of his home. There's a reason for that. And it's been said that she knows what's going on and has questioned why she has never been invited. According to Blank, I got to protect this person as well, y'all. I'm sorry about that. Cassie knows about the bishop scandals, and Kim Porter was tipped off by servers that Diddy had used for parties for years to accommodate guests when he throws these demonic events.
Wow. Okay, let's keep it going.
Kim had a rapport with the staff because of parties he threw in the past for Kim. They reportedly carried a lot of bones back to Kim, and she had all the details. Pastors Blank, the late Blank, Minister Blank, and Blank all know who Bishop Jakes really is. Blank said that Kim was going to expose this in her book as well. Remember, I said that Bishop was under surveillance. All right, so you guys just heard that, and I do want to take the time to clear up something because I had to reach out to my plug and get some clarity on this because I was a bit confused myself. So when it says within the email that the incident took place at a church called Emmanuel Temple of Faith, they're not talking about the incident where the guy took himself out. They're talking about where the alleged SA took place. So basically, he was just naming the church of where the guy got allegedly SA. Because when you're reading it, it initially comes across as if the guy took himself out at the church, and that's far from the case. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I dotted every I and crossed every T. I waited an extra 3.
Let me pause. That is crazy. So anyway, I think there was a good way to end right here. What are your thoughts, New Diamond? What are your thoughts about a whole night?
Yeah, well, like I said, I personally, as far as when it comes to TD fake, and I grew up in the South, even though I'm in California now, and I also grew up when I was religious, and my godmother, who is in Lancaster, Texas, or they say Lancaster, Texas, whatever, she's part of the Ministry Association of Texas. And I was there. I used to live in Dallas, Texas, when the Potter's House was first coming, up. And the first thing that I didn't like, even just from the start of it, was when they said you had to apply to join the church. And yes, you have to put in an application to join the church, the Potter's House, and they want to know your income, your information, and then they want you to sign up for direct deposit for your tithe.
What? Oh, they were straight on that straight up hustle.
And you had to have a certain income bracket to be part of this congregation. And I also didn't like them damn gold statues in the Potter's House. They had these big, huge lion statues made of real gold. And then they wouldn't allow regular people to sit at the front. It was assigned to, celebrity people with the money, people who paid for those seats. Everything about TD Fake has always been about making money. Even when he started his exit the prison system, to help prisoners out, to come from prison into his ministry. He was making money off of that in a scammy way. And I believe he was doing other stuff too. And anyway, it was known to me because of my godmother that yes, he liked high yellow boys, allegedly.
Damn. Hey, lady said, yep, they want to see your W-2. Welcome to the stage, Ellen.
That's crazy. Yeah, I wanted to add this is what I wanted to say. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. I've been a little bit under the weather, but if TD Jakes is hanging with Diddy, he is absolutely going to those sex parties. And those sex parties, they do consist with underage guys, underage boys. They do have Hollywood parties where there are women. But mostly they're women that are women of non-color. There are probably no to little black women that go to those parties. But yeah, if he's associating with Diddy, he is going to undercover homosexual parties. And I wanted to say one thing, that in Hollywood they do practice child. I don't even, should I say this? Like, I'm just going into the occultic realm of it.
I mean, yeah, why not? Let's give it a try. But just kind
Go
of
ahead, yeah.
Ask it. Yeah, why
Okay,
not?
so in Hollywood, they do worship. They do child sacrifice. They do. It's a lot of undercover stuff that's going on because the elites, they worship it. The ancient god Baal, Baal. Okay, so in that god back in the ancient Hebrew text used to require child sacrifice. So Baal is also the same god as Saturnalia, which is which predates Bell, but that's still the same thing as dealing with child sacrifice. But it's a long story. It's very difficult. I was going to do a video about it, but they do practice that. And a lot of these, and I just want to say this last thing, the reason why they're letting so many of these migrants in the country is not only for cheap labor, and that all these illegal aliens, they can be taxed, and the government is broke and it needs that money, that taxable human beings. But they're also, the cartels are also exploiting these children for kiddie porn and child snuff videos. And I have documented proof, and I'm going to put it on my video, that they're doing that. So yeah, I absolutely, it's just a sick, crazy situation that's going on.
It's a cult. It's cultish, and it's right there, right before people's eyes, And because I grew up around all these fake motherfuckers in the religious sector, I saw a lot of stuff as a kid. I always tell people, don't be thinking that your kids are all that dumb because they're 5 or 6. It's according to that child. And I've always had an older mentality because of how my foster mama brought me up, And but I would see stuff. Oh my God, from older men. Also, I was approached by older men in the church as well, and including one of the ministers of the church as well. And so, but I remember one time I came back into church and I heard Sister Moselle. Her name was Moselle Dawkins. If that's not a country name for you, but I love Miss Moselle. But I heard her in the back, and she was yelling at David, her brother, who was a deacon. And she was like, "How dare you steal from the house of God?" And I was about like 7 years old. And after eavesdropping and everything, she was just, she was letting him have it, everything, And he was like, no, I wasn't. That's not what I was doing. So she walked in on him, counting the money. You know how to go back and count the money after church, and he probably was stealing the money, and she was letting him have it, probably with her cane, because she had a cane, But I've seen a lot of dirty stuff go on, and I grew up a Pentecostal, and my grandmother was Baptist, but I've seen a lot in both worlds, and I've seen DL men. There are some gospel recording artists that I know that used to party in gay clubs and stuff, And as soon as you tell people, they say, "Oh, no, he's got a wife, he's got 3 kids." I'm like, that doesn't make a difference, honey. Y'all are really, you know what I'm saying? But see, here we are. We fast forward 10, 12 years later from people like me telling people this, and it's coming out. And they're telling on each other, actually, from the church to music to politics.
No, I just wanted to say to Miss RV, it's a news report that where this lady was doing a report on why the migrants, that's the documented proof that I have. She was actually a reporter who discovered this. It was on Fox News. So, I didn't go with a camera and start like going undercover or anything. I'm just like displaying and it was already on YouTube anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna play this clip right here. Here we go.
Whatever it is you need God to do, He just told you it's done right now.
This reminds me of a live stream a long time ago that I did with Gemini. This was hilarious. It was. Let me just play this.
What did you come here for? What did you come down here for? Tell me. To get delivered more. To get delivered. Do you believe that the Lord tonight has set you free? Yes, sir. Turn around and tell those people. Tell them. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will I will love a woman. Now, listen.
Did he say, wait a minute, what? Did he say, what?
He need to stop.
Praise God with him. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold just 1 minute. Now, either you going to believe this stuff or you ought to stop preaching it. If you can't praise God with him, you're an unbeliever.
Yeah, Mrs. Noob, you can't even say woman right.
Now, somebody believe God with him. I'm not gay no more. I am
While he's
delivered.
doing,
I don't like men no more. I thought I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman.
Bars.
Oh my God.
while he's doing the fucking gay shout over there, you know, that he didn't get delivered from the twist in his hips, you know. Oh my goodness. And they met up later and talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and TD Jakes probably had a little conversation, you know. Anyway.
Yeah, that's why Serena's always uptight. You know, I always said that about her. Y'all wonder why she always look uptight?
Yep.
He didn't say how he was delivered though.
No.
Or delivered or whatever.
We're delivered.
I know. Oh my goodness. Oh
I
goodness.
mean,
For
no.
real.
I mean, just like everybody else who lies, they just want you to believe them. They believe they can say anything, and you're supposed to believe it. So
Yeah, you know, because I used to question people growing up. I would ask my mom, I would say, why do people go up? I would see the same people going up every Sunday to get saved. And I'd be like, well, I thought they got saved last Sunday. They got lost that fast. You know, yeah, it's very much entertaining. I'll tell you that much. You know,
Now,
so
did the Reverend pay him off or something to say that?
for all we probably, I mean, I would definitely not count that out. I would not count that as being something that he did.
that looked planned. That
Yeah.
looked planned. That looked like a script almost. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Right.
like he had that ready. You know what I'm saying? He had, I say this, you say that. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yep.
and stuff like that. Yeah, it didn't seem authentic to me, and I don't believe it. I don't believe. Looking at him, please. Like who was it in the chat that said he couldn't even say women right? He couldn't even say women
Exactly.
right.
Woman.
I feel like a women. Well, oh God. And what was that? Blah, 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 blah. What was that? You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Demon possession. That's what I say it is. Shoot. Yeah. You know.
You know the
For
sad
real.
part about it is that he will get a woman with no problem. He could just get any woman. Like he could go and like a woman that's maybe got 5 kids, a single mother that just say that, you know, they quote unquote need a man. He could just go in and they would turn the other cheek. I mean, they wouldn't question him like instantaneously
Yeah.
getting delivered.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
He said he don't wear makeup. That's what got me. Everything he was saying was cracking me up. It was
so if he says he don't wear makeup, no more, then I guess we know now that he wore makeup.
exactly for real. Please. His Mac is still at home. Was still at home. That when he said that, shoot. He probably had makeup on then, honey. Please, just lightly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Please, you know. So oh God. But it's an act. It's an act. And I've seen so many of them that were actors, and
Mhm.
I can name them. I can tell you, the gospel recorded artists, and yes, they're married, have children, they're successful in the gospel business, but they are DL.
Damn, the
Rest in
DL.
Rest in peace, Andre Crouch. Allegedly. Rest in
Oh.
peace. Well, Sandra Crouch was a lesbian, and allegedly, but I know that because again, my mother, my godmother is a minister, so she used to hang with Sandra Crouch and Andre Crouch, and she knew their secret lifestyles.
Dang. Okay. Mr. Snoobity says this. He tried to say women 3 times, and God had to press his lips on the last time women saying, "Don't be in my house lying like this." I hear that.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why he said blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah, women's. Yeah, that's exactly, lady. You nailed
Yeah.
it.
Oh my God. He probably even know what to do to a
Yeah,
woman. Please,
probably not.
please. I mean, he probably know you gotta find a hole and that's it. For real. That is it. Be a fool, but like Miss Ellen said though, there will be it's plenty of them. I see it all the time. I be like, you can't see
Right.
your man. Yeah, I mean, like, are you serious? I mean, like, he's got more twitch in his hip than you. And
Yeah.
these days, a lot of them got big asses too. You know what I'm saying? Or getting, for real, and they have tighter jeans on than the girl have on. I'd be like, okay, So I don't know. So they call it metrosexual. Okay, for real. So it's just time they
You know
don't
what,
see what they
DJ?
see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Miss Ellie.
I wanted to say this guy told me he said that he wanted to be a rapper. I'm sorry, you guys. Like I'm just he wanted to be a rapper in the industry, and he said he met P Diddy before, and he told me that he used to he knew P Diddy and the crowd that P Diddy hung around, and he literally said that if this guy was in a building and it was a huge fire, and the guy was stuck in the building, after all the fire went down, that guy will walk out the building like unscathed and with no mark or anything on him. So he tried to say that this guy is like he was like a demon or he has some type of supernatural powers or something. But he was trying to say that P Diddy is just really really evil.
Damn. He is. Yes.
Yes, I mean, gosh, this is like a decade I mean, it's just like, wow. He was able to, and of course, he had help, as well, but he also had people who feared him as
That's
well.
that's because he blackmailed a lot of people. He literally forced like these young upcoming guys to perform sexual acts on him, and he would record it. And he would like threaten them, if you want me to sign this contract, then you're gonna have to do XYZ. You're gonna have to do, some sexual things on me, and he would record it. So he would be able to, if they tried to get out the contract or they didn't do what they had to do, he would later reveal like those tapes of him recording those guys.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you're teaming up, I mean, come on, this is a terrible connection when you think about it, because you have a bishop who has a mega church. I mean, people who worship the ground that this stank ass walk on. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never liked him. I'm telling you, that's what I'm talking about. When I ain't liked him, I never liked him. And, and I mean, you could mention something about TD Jakes to one of his fanatic fans, and they'll be ready to fight you over this man. Because I had a woman that went, don't you talk about my pastor like that. Oh, excuse me, pastor. Talk about my pastor like that. Oh, no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a man of God. Blah, 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 blah. All this crap like that. Okay. For real. Yeah. Yeah. No, he's a man's man. Man, really.
His demeanor already, like you could see the shirt that he's wearing right now, that black shirt. That I think that's a little bit too tight. Is it just me? Like,
For
am I
him.
tripping? Or
For his build, definitely.
yeah, so it's already like being, eventually he gonna fall. He gonna have to pray or have to go with his God in order, because Diddy is going to corrupt him. Like, he cannot keep staying around this guy if he not already corrupted. You're
already
not
corrupted.
supposed to so-called seek the things of the flesh if you're supposed to be in the church. I'm not a Christian, but like from what other people have been telling me.
Yeah, from what I know,
Exactly.
I believe he is corrupt already, but
No, yeah, he's corrupt, and any name that's coming out now with P Diddy automatically is gonna be side eye. Of course, we're gonna keep saying alleged and all this stuff, but then some it's kind of like we kind of know. You know what I'm saying? We know which ones to question, which ones to not question. You know what I'm saying? You have to just use your logic here and stuff like that. But
P Diddy is it was hard for me to believe that he actually got taken down, because like he was one of the higher ups within the music industry. He did a lot of rituals. He did a lot of participating in a lot of stuff, and he blackmailed a lot of people. I don't know how they took him down, but do you think that it's that he's going to be charged with anything? Because I don't think that he's very, y'all don't know how powerful he is in the music industry.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I do know. If anything, I just want to see his reputation ruined. If no criminal charges can be, I was trying to watch this lawyer. In fact, I'm gonna watch it again, and in fact, I'm gonna send it to you too, DJ. You can look at it and see if you can understand. It was a lawyer that was talking about that, like statute of limitations and stuff like that. Um, and he's a lawyer from Minnesota, but he was trying to compare laws and stuff like that, and talk about the general laws and also laws that apply uh, countrywide too, as well. But if nothing else, if no criminal charges, I at least want to see him just his reputation ruined. He should be shamed.
Didn't Casey drop the case? Because I thought that he paid her off.
Yeah.
Or Cassidy or whatever her name is.
Yeah, Kathy. Yeah. Yeah. But she opened up a can of worms, as they say. And
Yeah,
I'm
a lady is saying that they're investigating by the DA. I mean, they need to if they want to clean up. If they want to clean up the communities, then they're going to be compelled to investigate, because this is just too much.
yeah, I'm hoping they can, he needs to, he needs to pay, one way or the other. I'm also praying that, karma is happening in a way right now, but more, more karma needs to come on to him for real. Because he don't even, I don't know what we say he's on vacation or he's somewhere, wherever, I guess he's coming up with a plan to deal with all of this. And a small content creator said he was actually threatened by P. Diddy's team. Jamil.
Wait, let me play this clip real quick. This just happened. This just came out. Here we go. This is Black Girls Living Well. It's a new channel. Please like and subscribe to them. They are just new. I like to see newer channels bloom. She has great production, amazing production. And let me shut up and just talk about this. Anyway, this is what's going on here. Listen close. Let me pause that because I don't want to. That's somebody else's music. Oh, okay. What did he do? Okay, this is the guy who worked with Diddy. He was like one of Diddy's sex slaves, I believe.
Oh my God.
Let me
Wow.
see. Oh, wait. Wow. Okay, that was it saying. Is it saying that he's still alive or what?
I
No
can't
doubt.
even see that.
Yeah,
No,
let me
I
get it.
can't.
Let me see if I can get it larger. Won't get larger. Okay, so if that can't work there, hold on one second. I'm gonna go. What's the guy's name? Is Audie? Oh, okay, okay. So she's telling, Tisa tells that the guy that is supposedly supposed to be passed away by is still alive. Okay, and he's in prison. Okay, okay, no big deal. Let me go back to the where I was before. Back to TD. Okay, any last words, anybody? Brother gotta go eat.
No. What you say?
My brother gotta go eat. But I really appreciate the
Oh, I'm
commentary.
sorry, my mic was muted.
Oh, hey, Ellen. Appreciate the commentary. Is there anything else, just in case, is there anything else you guys would like to say before I hit the beat?
No, I just want to say that to the listeners, if there are any new ones out there, to support the DJ Torch channel, like, share, and subscribe.
And
Support.
likewise to your channel. Your channel's on point too. And same with Ellen's.
Oh, you can't get laid. That's the name. I'm
Yeah.
about to change that. I'm about to delete that channel anyway. So
Oh, okay. Well, I swear though, that you had some video on there that had me cracking up. That one with this big spider, the one that
yeah.
thinking about it just makes me crack up. But anyway, yeah, New Diamond, go ahead and put a link to your channel in the chat if you'd like to. And
I don't even know how to do that. I'll have that ready the next time. I don't even know how to do that, to be honest. If they just go look up New Diamond, Funk Empress, it'll come up.
Got it.
Mhm.
All right, everybody. I'd like to thank everyone for checking out the channel. Let me kick the beat. In the chat room tonight, on stage, we had New Diamond and Ellen Ripley, better known as You Can't Get Laid. Hey, lady, Cinnamon Shy, Lay.
In this moment,
the rock girls in the house.
Cannot say what's wrong or right.
Miss RV.
It's not hard to fool me.
Mistress Newbie.
'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah, either way.
Brina West.
I follow. No need to say.
Conscious Mind Love.
Where we are heading now, babe. I follow. To the edge of it all.
Tevin.
To the edge of it all.
Break it down, break it down, break it down.
So tell you good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one.
Why is it seeking knowledge?
Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell you good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one.
Jenny B.
Susceptible now.
Hey, lady, thank you very much for the super chat.
It's not a problem. Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah.
Eat, pray, yoga.
Nothing can stop me. No. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say.
Act natural under pressure.
Where we are heading now, babe. I follow.
Indiana mom.
The edge of it all. So tell your good night.
Cyber dreams.
Cause I'll find no matter what.
Henry Mars. Mark Babin. Alexander Brandon.
For the moment flies. For it flies. So tell your good night.
Thank you everyone for coming through. I appreciate all that. Here we go. Here we go. All right, everybody, catch you on the next one.